Welcome everybody to Lunchtime with Shauna. Sorry. Welcome to the Daily HiFi podcast, everybody. What is going on? Hope you're doing well. My name is Shauna. With me, as always, we've got Joe, Mike, and Aaron. What is up, fellas?
What is happening, man? So what you eating tonight, Chana?
We got some
ramen.
pho. Yeah, some pho.
Some pho.
Rare steak pho. Yeah. There's
Oh,
a noodle
man.
place in town. And my wife sent me at like 3:15, and it just took forever. And I'm like, oh damn. I know what's about to happen here. I'm gonna have to slurp this stuff up during the show.
It's about to go down. Nothing
right.
new. Nothing new.
Yeah, I haven't been here in 2 weeks. It's kind of weird.
I know.
Yeah,
it is a little wild.
You nervous?
I did that last night. They were talking about both of us last week, bro. I caught the beginning of it.
Oh yeah.
What was that?
No.
Something about,
What?
something about thugs and Michael
Oh,
was like,
He was jumping so much.
I was like,
Oh,
jumping. Yeah.
And then
He was jumping
Chana, what were
somebody
you
in.
saying about Chana?
Something about
What were
his
you
TVs.
saying?
He was like, I think he's got a
Oh,
13-inch
30.
TV he's installing.
Oh yeah, 13.
Yeah.
inch.
CRT.
Actually, we did
CRT
jump in
TVs.
for a little bit. That's right.
Yep.
Where-
That's
was
right.
fun.
I forgot about that. Seems like it was like a month ago all that happened because there's just been so much going on.
Yeah.
Staying busy, huh?
Busy.
man.
Yeah,
If you
actually,
ain't busy, you're bored.
I actually might be out again next week. This lady's supposed to call me. She's having like a wedding on a Monday. And I'm like,
Huh.
and it's next week. And I'm like, whoa, this is kind of weird. And she's like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
it's an
pretty short
elopement.
notice.
And I'm like,
Oh, wow.
oh, okay, all right, well, that's new. I don't know,
I
whatever.
didn't have to
Interesting.
know. Yeah.
As
Anyway.
long as you send a check, man, I'll be there.
That's right.
Charger double.
Pay. I'm like, Monday's actually harder. So some people are like, oh, we're getting married on a Thursday. Is there a discount for midweek? I'm like, no, it's actually harder for me to do that. Like, what do you think? just
I don't
because
know.
it's an off day.
I think they're thinking that you'll make extra money because you probably have your weekends booked.
Mm.
That's my guess.
I get it from that standpoint, but it's actually a mess because then I gotta take 2 days off of my other
Mhm.
job, and then I don't have time to make videos or edit or whatever.
Yeah.
But they don't know you're a YouTube star, bro.
No, they do not.
Yeah.
Some do. They're like,
Oh,
what kind of music do you like to play? And I'll send them like a link to a past DJ stream. And they're like, what is this Techno Dad thing? I'm like, oh, it's my YouTube channel, yada, yada.
Right,
I-
exactly.
you look so pumped in your new video about your TV.
He's
Oh, yeah.
excited,
You're
man.
just saying
Oh,
all
yeah.
kinds of like some of the stuff you're saying is not even like they're not even words, just like yeah, like just making sounds.
Yeah,
know?
man.
Homo.
Speaking of TVs, this guy.
What's up, brother, man?
Uh-oh.
And the
Hey,
reason why I went 83 is so I didn't have major FOMO.
There you go.
Homo.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So
Thank
was
you.
Good
He was
good
scared.
segue. What's up, Q? How are you?
Good to
Hey,
see you,
doing
man.
great, guys. Hey, I'm sorry. It took a while. I had to take a quick restroom break. I forgot I've been sitting there for almost 2 hours, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
you gotta take
Building
care
up.
of business.
But you guys
sometimes.
know this is what you guys do. You guys know how it is.
Dude, sometimes you
Yeah.
gotta.
If
Oh,
you
man.
don't know FOMO, then first of all, I don't know where you've been, but he's my TV dude. Him and Chana are my TV dudes. If I need
Only
advice on
because-
TVs, and also FOMO, you got like the expensive stuff.
He does.
Aaron, you know FOMO from some forums, huh?
We've chatted before. Yeah, he seems like an all right guy. He made fun of me.
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
It could not.
No,
be
I'm just
me.
kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to say,
Yeah,
well,
no,
okay, good.
FOMO's always he'll jump on different forums and be like, yeah. So I've got this so and so speaker, and I'm like, hold on, that speaker is about $5,000, and
Yeah.
I've got this other speaker. I'm like, well, that speaker's about $10,000 a pair, but this dude just has like a surplus of speakers.
You know what's annoying about him? Exactly what you're saying is like he's not even like the audio guy, but he has all kinds of like expensive
Right.
audio stuff, and it makes me feel like, man, I'm screwing up.
Well, I
Got the
love
Genelec back
home,
there.
I love home theater. I love audio. I mean, I'm like you guys, right? Except I have ADHD,
Except you have money.
so I can't focus on any one thing.
It's because he reviews TVs.
I review TVs. I have no
Yeah.
money, right?
Yeah, that's
Tell
right.
that to my kids who are going to college barefoot.
There
Yeah.
you go.
That's right. They can walk to class.
You send them with flip flops. They're fine. They're fine.
Well, that's exactly
That's
what
right.
he's doing in Detroit, right? My son's walking to school in Detroit in flip flops.
But yeah, so
He's
Chana, you
walking
got
around
that.
Detroit.
That's where he's going to school. So yeah,
Cool, man. What's he doing up there?
he doesn't know yet. I mean, he's studying
Yeah.
something. He
That makes
claims to
sense.
be an artist, but he may want to go to medical school. So who knows?
Yeah.
I said, as long as you're not homeless, I'm happy.
As long as you don't come back home, I'm happy.
Yeah, as soon as you come back with a family of kids and everything.
If you
I'm
try to
happy.
come back home, you will be homeless.
That's right.
I'll be homeless.
That's right.
So Chana,
Yeah.
you got this new
Yeah.
TV. You're making all these noises in your new video.
Yeah.
You're all
training
pumped.
montage.
Ugh. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And then you have to throw some jabs at the ultra short throw. You're like,
Oh, I did. Yeah,
you're
I
like,
did.
you're like, I don't know about this ultra
I
short
was
throw
waiting
stuff.
For
I'm like,
Joe's reaction to that.
I see. I see. No, but you're right. Because like, truly, what is it? You went with like the biggest TV that you could get that has all the quality that you want, right?
Yeah.
For me, I can sacrifice, some of that quality because it's not 83, it's 100 or 120 or, So it just depends on what you like. I think we've been talking a lot about how you're supposed to find what's right for you,
Yeah, got to meet
Right.
your needs. Yep.
Right. Just like what FOMO was saying in the live stream that you guys just left. It's all about use case.
Sure.
And, I say that all the time. Right. And even if you spend, no matter how much money you spend, like it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be something wrong with it. There's going to be some quirks. Same thing with audio, right?
Yeah, I mean, your issue is not the Sony, so
Yeah, because I wanted all the dude. I was so surprised. I'm like, wait, I got Dolby Vision gaming at 4K 120 with this TV. Like, that's brand new.
see, I don't know about TVs. I just wanted to say Sony on the bottom because that's it.
You just wanted to say Sony on the
That's
bottom.
it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Dude, you can
I'm
do
old
that with
school.
with a Sharpie. You know that, right?
You could just write it in.
Yeah, you just write it in. Do it backwards though, so it looks like it's spelled the right way when you're turned around with the mirror on you.
You know what? When you guys were mentioning about just missing out, I have to tell you my weakness. This is why I have expensive speakers. I don't know if I'm missing out because I had to
can't
get
hear
it,
well.
right.
You
You
can't
have to
hear
get. You can't. I can't even hear well, right? You have to get expensive speakers to know. Wait a minute. And this is why I was telling Chud. I was like, wait, I have the ELAC reference, debut reference, whatever, and they had the Revels. I was like, these are beryllium, but I don't play the Revels loud enough to make that difference. Like, okay, I'm still in the Revels. I'm keeping the ELACs because I went through REW. I looked at them. I'm like, there's no way I could tell the difference because I did not use case. I did not push it to the limits that it was meant to be used. And it was 10 times more than the ELACs. I was like, okay. And I called the Duke, hey, you know what? I'll sell it back to you for a loss because I'm not going to use it. And that's what I keep on doing is like TVs. I got to try it out. Then I could tell people, it sounds great at 85 dBs. It was still loud. And I was like, okay, Revel, you're great, but I couldn't push you. So that's my
Well, I like
weakness.
having you as a friend because I always just got to keep tabs. Like, so what don't you
get
like
the
now?
discount. That's right. Get
What
the
don't
discount.
you like now? What did you get?
I was just
discount it.
thinking I could sell some stuff to him and then he'd sell it back to me at a loss. It's like renting.
I heard FOMO feels like he's missing out on that clip also.
Oh, yeah.
I could sell you one of those.
I better flip it a little bit and get it back.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw
Yeah.
FOMO's picture of the ceiling speakers you installed.
Oh, well, okay. No, to be fair, I don't want to take all the credit. Best Buy installed it. There's no way. And you know why I got them to install it is because I'm what they call the tech support elite member, whatever. You pay $200 a year, but the deal is amazing. I know I can do a good job. I mean, they had lasers.
Yeah.
Making sure. I mean, like, dude, if I even tried that, I would blind myself with a laser. So they were out there.
Good job.
There, I
Hey,
just want
FOMO.
some installers with freaking laser beams attached to their
Hey,
heads.
FOMO.
You know what? Do it.
You know, Aaron's not a believer in.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, which kind of ceiling speakers? Did you put in a ceiling or did you put them like height speakers? Because let me tell you, if you don't know, there's a huge difference.
Yep.
Yeah,
Chana
just
and I
letting
have
you
been
know.
talking about it. It's definitely
that's what we-
Well, ask him.
Here.
Ask
You
him the
gotta have it
question.
30 degrees. You
Yep.
can have them above you. You
That's
can't have 6 of them
exactly
above your head. You got to have
Ask them
4. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. I don't care what
got
anybody says.
Wait,
all these things.
wait. Here.
Couple on the
Ask him what he's
side.
rocking.
Wait. Why don't you guys tell me? Because I have an image. It is
See,
funny
I'm
you should
learning.
mention this. Let me share my image real quick with you guys.
That's how you get Aaron. You just get the degrees.
you
Just be
guys
very
can tell
precise.
me.
And he's like,
Yeah,
he's
I'm all
thinking
in.
about it. He's like,
All
that.
right.
He gets fired
Here we
up.
go.
Yeah,
Here,
it's
let me
like
share this ceiling, and you
It's
guys tell
actually
me what you think.
25.9.
trigonometry.
What is this setup? You tell me. Here we go. All right. What do you think that setup is?
Okay.
And that's the front speakers. So There it
Dude.
is.
I don't know. My monitor
two,
doesn't have black levels that go this
I
low.
know, right? I
I
need.
know, right?
What
I'm
is going
sorry.
on?
We're crushing
That-
blacks over here, FOMO.
I
What's
know.
happening?
It's like in the
Jeez.
dark. Let me increase the black.
I'm
level.
just trying to figure out why you've got like the old school TV where they didn't have big screen TVs. They just stacked like 40 monitors together. I'm just wondering why you've got that going.
Welcome to my life.
You got a bunch of monitors or what?
He's got a
Bunch
bunch
of
of
TVs.
expensive TVs. That he's
As stuff
doing.
moves across, you just see the black bars for the monitor edge, you know?
There we go.
That's hilarious.
Hey,
So,
what was
yeah.
that?
So that Oro, you rocking Oro or what?
Basically, it's Oro 3D. Yeah, and mostly because I don't want to name drop, but the Trinoff could do both very easily as long as you have it in the right angle. I told Joe about this, right?
How much is that turn off again? Dang.
60,000.
The
He ain't playing
it's
around.
now a 20 channel. It's now a 20 channel. It was 16. It's now officially a 20 channel. They upgraded it for free. What they did is they
Oh, wow.
turned the optical out into an ADAT out, 4 more
yep.
channels,
Wow.
20.
That's
So, but
crazy.
it's still 18,000 MSRP.
18 G's. All
Yeah,
right.
but the value increased because they added more channels
Yeah.
out, but the price stayed
Without-
the same.
Top price stayed the same.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
so-
here's something crazy. You know, they have these chips, and I don't know which processor. It costs them $5 per chip. In the last month, they have to pay $100 for that same chip.
Ooh,
Oh,
And they're
wow.
like, but we can't raise our prices because we're already too expensive. Like, oh dang,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
and that's just them. It's probably the same chip everyone else is using. So
Yeah,
they're hurting.
Probably.
Yeah, it's
They're hurting.
crazy, man, right now.
That's
Well,
These are
how many of those
basic.
chips do they use too?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about that Oro life. You know, it's funny.
all
It's
about
like
Oro.
we got that email from the guy. He's like, "Hey, I just got this. I don't know, this $30,000 TV.
Oh, Alan.
Yeah, got like, I'm like, dang, spending
You want to
money.
pull it up or what?
Nah, I don't even gotta pull up his email.
You know what? We were talking about lifestyle because
read
we briefly were saying, you know, I couldn't imagine living that lifestyle where you can drop that much money on television. But now that I think about it, it was probably FOMO.
yeah, that was him. That's his real
wait.
name is Alan.
That's all right.
Remember,
Alan, so
everybody,
Do you want me to
this-
read it?
this-
I got it up here.
the FOMO everything, so that y'all have context. Everything I buy is an investment in the business, right?
Yeah, no,
So what we're doing,
yeah.
right? So a lot of people are like,
Yeah.
I don't even get to taking this stuff home. It's sitting like in the studio here over there. At my house, it's like a 5-year-old TV and a 3-year-old TV.
Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
ever gets to enjoy what I enjoy. It's not even enjoying. I know, Chana, you do this. I literally watch the same 5 movies, the same 5-minute clips over and over,
Over
on these
again.
amazing TVs. Same 5-minute clips over and over. So I don't really enjoy those TVs the way you guys would if you bought it for yourself. So on the one hand, but that's our job.
I mean,
right?
I'm enjoying playing Call of Duty.
Yes,
like
I
sitting
know
back
you
on my
do.
couch, right? I'm using it. So
But it's in your
soon-
home, right? It's in your
He
it's
home.
my
plays
home,
that.
yeah.
He plays
Yeah.
that same camping spot over and over.
over and over again.
I saw you moving from the right side to the left side
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
right side.
That was only one game. I put in I did some Tony Hawk Skater,
Nice.
and some Dirt 5 in my little compilation.
There you go.
But you know what I really need to do is I need to get one of those chairs because I have a force feedback steering wheel for the Xbox. So I need to get a gaming chair, that with the 83. Oh man, be like, playing some Forza or something like that. That'll be awesome.
Michael,
wait
don't
for
you have
that.
a gaming chair?
No.
Is that what you're sitting in right now? Oh, I thought
No.
you were.
No, not
that's
like
gonna
a
be fun.
gaming chair, but like a one
saw
that's
it.
sunken in, like you get
Oh,
into.
oh
a
no!
chair.
Oh yeah, I had one of those with the
That's-
actual things for the pedals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Speaking of gaming chair, I had a gaming chair review, the Ewan gaming chair that was sent to me to review in return for the honest review. At the end of the review, I told my wife, I would have rather just bought the gaming chair. And then spent the
I
week-
remember this. We had a conversation
I'm
about
right,
that. too.
I'm
You
like-
spent
I've
so
done
much
that with a
time.
lot of things. Yeah.
I mean, now that I'm smarter, but when we first started, I got all these things to review. Looking back, I didn't have to review the gaming chair. And I would just pay the $199 for that gaming
Time,
chair.
man.
Time. A week
Can we
lost
please
trying
get
to assemble the darn thing,
Mhm. Yeah.
filming it.
I've done that.
A
Chana,
week to
wasn't
assemble
there
it.
wasn't there a tripod head or something that I got?
Well, you know why? I put it the wrong way, and something wasn't right. I gotta disassemble and put it back again.
Oh,
Because
that
you
sucks.
shoot everything. I go, wait a minute. Oh man, and then you have to reshoot. It's the shooting and the editing. So sometimes while you're editing, you see wait a minute. It's like upside down or inside out. Like the hell?
Oh, I'm
right?
about to
Like,
show you folks what it's all about now. It's time for me to get on the mic and
Hey,
make this
mother
party.
hype.
That's right.
We got Keep It Classy. He says, what are your thoughts on building your own home theater speakers? I used to build subs and enclosures for car audio back in the day. Could be interesting and fun. So this is why we're doing AV Summit. First of all, I have to make a quick plug. So Keep It Classy, he does TV reviews, right? And so he's asking about home theater speakers, but also, car audio. So we're bringing everything together here. What do you think? I know, Aaron, you built your home theater speakers, didn't you?
Yep. I think it depends on how much time you want to invest, because if you want good ones, you can't just slap speakers in a box. You've really got to work out the crossover. You got to make sure you got the right enclosure size. You don't want to look like junk, so you at least need to have some woodworking skills, which means if you don't have tools, then you'll have to go out and buy tools. So I'm not trying to dissuade you. There you go. I'm not trying to dissuade you for building your own speakers,
right? It's a
but
process.
it is, it's definitely, if you want to make good speakers, because anybody with, a jigsaw, some wood, and Parts Express account can go out and buy whatever and just put stuff together. But if you want to make good speakers, it's not
hard.
easy. Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah.
I mean, people dedicate their whole lives to
Yeah,
designing speakers. So
I test speakers from people who have been doing it for 20 plus years, and there are still things that aren't perfect about them, or not that there ever will be, but still things that I'm like, hey, were you aware of this? And I said, no.
And I think you got to be passionate about that too. There's like people always ask me, hey, when are you going to review some DIY stuff? And I said, I'll be honest with you, man, unless, it doesn't come with something like this and a keyboard, I don't really build it. I can build it on the computer and I can draw it up and design it. But when it comes to hands-on stuff, tools and equipment, somebody was impressed today. Maybe it was Tristan. He was like, oh, Michael got his level out. It's like a laser level. I'm like, dude, that wasn't mine. That's my buddy's. I don't have any of those tools.
Interesting and fun. Yeah, probably could be interesting and fun, or it could be like, I wasted a lot of time. It could be,
or it could be the
Yeah.
development of getting into the hobby full bore, and then you look back and like me, you're a decade later, and you've got all this stuff, and you don't know what to do with it. But
or you do that, and 10 years later, you've created like the new speaker that everybody wants. That's also another.
You could do that. Hey, I know somebody who would be happy to review it for you if you want. The alternative, I should say, is DIY Sound Group. So you can do that. You can also go to Parts Express and check out their knockdown kits. And that's probably how I would tell somebody who's looking to get into DIY, get started, because they come as a kit. You can build it together. You can understand about the crossover. And then that's your first step. You understand the basics. And then from there, if you want to graduate into designing your own crossover, then that's the next step.
Aaron, I have a question about that path. So you know how you have some speaker companies like GR Research and those guys who they've done everything, but you just have to assemble it.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that? I mean, obviously it's also inexpensive, but is it different?
Yeah, no. So I think the idea is that you get more bang for your buck. That's the notion.
Okay.
Is that because you're not paying somebody, for one thing, when you have to ship a big enclosure, right? Like that takes up money, or that consumes money because you're having to take up space to ship it. So when you buy a knockdown kit, it's just the panels and you glue it together, you put it all together yourself. And the same thing with all the other extras that you do.
Is that the same
A
thing?
good
Like
example of that is actually the
flat pack. Yeah.
The Overnight Sensations are probably some of the best selling DIY speakers ever. Right? And I've built some, and they're really fun to do. You get to paint it whatever color you want, and you feel like a sense of accomplishment afterwards.
Right.
You're like, hey, this actually plays sound and it sounds pretty good. But if I were to really compare it and say, all right, this is how much this stuff costs versus going out and just buying a speaker that's built, a lot of times they have the economies of scale, right? That's what they have to their advantages. They're building a bunch of them. So I don't know if it's always the case. I would say just keep it more on like, you want to just build something. You just want to have fun to do something, because it might be the case that a speaker you could buy from the store might actually outperform it.
Could be.
Hey, wait.
Yeah.
SIS Services said that JTR is going to be at the AV Summit. Is that true? I'm so excited.
Hopefully. I don't know. That'd be news to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the rumors that started.
The rumors
Is
are
it
starting.
JTR or RTJ? I can't
RTJ
tell.
or-
I'm like, it's bad over here.
Yeah.
But
Got high sense for sure.
But then Joe, that's
Yeah.
one big problem though. It doesn't say Sony on it, right?
What?
You got to make it say Sony first.
You got to make
yeah,
it say
yeah.
Sony on it. Well, I guess
Yeah.
with the DIY, you can make it say whatever. It would be like my pseudo Sony sub.
Right. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, so I don't want to discourage anybody from going DIY, just kind of to set expectations. You know, there's sometimes it's actually just easier. So it really depends on how much time you're willing to invest. Like my first subwoofer enclosure, my first 3 or 4 were probably garbage by today's standards, but you got to start somewhere, you know.
Right.
And for me, the fun part was getting to build something with my dad. You know, I went out and acquired the tools over time. So that's the other. You just got to kind of factor those things in. But if you build one of the kits, like the flat pack kits, again from Parts Express or DIY Sound Group, then that's a really good way to get into it economically. And then it's a springboard, you know, if you want to go further. So I would encourage you to check that out first before you decide you're going to start trying to, because not only do you have to design a crossover, you got to design the box, you got to find the right speaker to go inside the box, and then you got to figure out where you're going to cross things over. And it's just, if you want to build a good one, it's not easy.
You're probably going to use a computer to figure some of that stuff out, and you're going to need to learn how to use that software.
Right.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. Also, one thing you might not even know is that you're going to have to be sanding. You know, if you want that thing to look perfect before you paint it, you got to sand. You know, you didn't know you needed to sand, did you?
And one of my biggest things too is like, all right, after you build this thing, it looks beautiful. Maybe it sounds amazing, but what's it going to look like? I mean, are you just going to paint it? You know, are you going to try to do a veneer?
I
think
think
it's
gotta be
Duretex?
square-ish. As long as it's
You know?
square-ish.
But I mean, are you going to put Duratex on it and just make it? I mean,
I did that too.
You're gonna do
I
rounded
think
corners.
if-
that's another aspect of it that you
that
gotta
ends
think
up
about.
being the most time-consuming and most expensive part. What you just said,
finishing.
because choice of wood, finish, veneer, and paint, quality paint,
Stain.
piano gloss, and then you screw up and you do it again. You
the
sand
paint
it.
is hard.
You're like,
But you got to start somewhere. That's the thing. Everybody's got to start somewhere, you know? Everybody's a beginner.
I'm
So-
a
so-
gentleman.
I guess to answer your question is buy like the 10th speaker, you'll be good.
Yeah,
You'll be good. That'll finally
And
be good.
Another
You may be
tip
good
is
by the 5th or 4th one, though. Maybe.
if the cuts aren't perfectly straight, just tighten the clamps harder.
Yeah. And leave the clamps on.
Just make it. The glue it'll settle.
you
it.
just
Don't worry.
round the edges. Yeah, round the edges. That's it.
Exactly. It might topple a little bit if you don't put it on the table.
Exactly.
It's not 100% flat. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. It's not straight. The straights aren't cut straight.
Oh man.
But you know, when you're doing these speakers, I know I will end up having FOMO for better drivers. So
Absolutely.
It's only $20. Wait, that's 20. And then next thing you know, you're $200 exotic drivers made in Belgium, handmade. Because I went down that very sad. I'm never going to build anything because you end up with these $5,000 hard to find magnetic horn drivers. I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
It's
a rabbit hole,
rabbit
man.
hole.
But it's fun. But it can be fun. Sometimes when I built mine, I'm like, oh my God.
What was that?
You know, I look at it and I'm like, oh, is this really worth it? But you learn a lot. You know, I learned how to model things and CAD programs and stuff from building them. So and there's different things you can apply. It's just kind of makes you a more rounded person, I think.
This is actually true.
Yeah, that's actually really funny. Inside.
I swear to you, I have pictures. It was so dusty for the longest time in there.
Do you use MDF? I'm assuming you probably did.
It's probably
that's the
unsafe,
worst,
too.
dude. That's
Probably
the worst.
unsafe too.
I think something you reviewers can appreciate. My wife complains because she comes in after we do an unboxing, foam particle dust everywhere, and it's static, right? It's sticking to everything. She's like, why do you
Seriously?
even do this? I'm like, you're right. This is the foam just explodes. It's horrible.
Hey, what was it? Yesterday, some family they rented out an entire theater. You know, you could do that, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
they're trying to get people. I
they're
think my
doing it.
brother did that when he was in West Virginia visiting his dad and had his daughters with him. Yeah, they rented out the theater for like $100.
Well,
like
it was
6
more
of
than
them.
$100, but it was an AMC, and I think it was like a couple $100, but that's not a lot.
Yeah.
You know, if you start getting some people together, like it actually just makes sense. It's like almost the same amount as a ticket, I guess.
Yeah.
But you know, it was for some birthdays that we were celebrating, and it was a pretty cool experience. Watch Shang-Chi. So
Did
it
you
was
like
pretty
it?
cool.
Did you like it?
Yeah, you know, of course I'm there. I'm like, I'm like analyzing the screen. I'm
He's
looking
like
where the
busting
speakers
out
are.
his UMic 1 REW
Oh, yeah,
on the
he is.
mobile app.
Got
Almost.
hooked up to his phone.
Almost. I got some binaural. I wanted to see like
he did
you
a,
know.
Oh,
a
no.
binaural recording.
Yeah, to see how it sounded. You know what? My impression of that spot was really. They had this crazy Sony projector. I don't know what brand, like not brand, but the model. But it was first of all, it was huge, and then it had like some. I don't know. It looked gigantic, but it definitely said Sony on there, and the picture is like really good. You know, the black levels were excellent. I'm over here like analyzing the
Joe's
picture
looking
quality.
behind the screen. He's showing his picture. He's like, "Look up in there, man!
Yeah, and you know what? I think I
Crazy
have more.
speakers up there."
I might have more speakers in my dedicated theater than that
Yeah.
particular theater, because you know they have AMC and they have like the Dolby ones, they have the IMAX ones. This was just like a normal one, and
And a
I
lot of
might
times
even
the,
say
the surrounds on the side, they're just duplication of that channel.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going all the way up.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depends on how they have it set up. And
Were they
configured.
running Oro 3D?
no. I wish they
Did you
were.
throw a fit?
I wish
You
they
didn't
were.
like-
Surprised you didn't.
I'm surprised you
I
stayed.
didn't leave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
I
down
was
and
Surprised
left.
you
This
didn't
is
be like,
crap.
I'm
This
going
is
to
garbage.
burn this place down.
I was
my-
gonna
my
go
stapler.
home. I was gonna go home and just go get my you know, my AVR and then just replace
Yeah, bring it in.
Just
Joe had
toss
his
it
level,
in,
mix.
level going, man, that ain't 30 degrees. This sucks.
So
35 degrees, man. Whatever.
So
outta
impressions,
here.
right? Impressions. I wanted to just kind of make some mental notes so I can share with you guys, like,
Oh,
you know, what the difference is between being at a real theater versus a home theater. And so I would say, I think mine sounds better. When it's calibrated correctly, mine sounds better.
Well, it depends on
that.
the theater, though, right? What are you comparing it to?
It depends on the
IMAX?
theater,
Right.
but there's something about the fact that it's the speakers are so far. You know, it's almost like it's more forgiving, like of angles. Because does that make sense?
well, I guess.
Versus
that-
like when it's
that
so
kinda makes
close,
sense.
you know, like you like one little movement makes a big difference.
Right, right.
Versus they're so far,
And they also
the
have
ear-
an array, right? There's like 6 or 7 surrounds.
not
around
not
you,
at
right?
this one, not
Not at this
no.
one. What kind of theater do you go to,
There's a
man?
half
No
speaker.
wonder it was
It was
only a couple hundred.
AMC. AMC.
Was
what
it
do you mean?
AMC?
We never heard of AMC.
You're living in the woods, China.
I don't think it believes
I
you.
literally am. I took a video of some some deer that were walking around our complex yesterday. So yes, I am living in the
He
woods.
goes to a theater that probably says like John's or something like that. John's.
No, but we have a
cinema.
John's Pizza here, so that was kind of funny.
John's? Just John's. Not Papa John's.
yeah,
he's
not Papa
just
John's.
Tim's
So
butt.
anyway, I thought it was interesting.
Tim's always talking some trash.
Look at there, man.
Tim.
Aaron
All right,
was like,
Tim.
"Holy Logic. Good.
Tim, just so you know, behind the scenes, I took one for you a few months ago. I'm not going to take one for you anymore. Joe, we're going to talk about what happens with Patreon with me
Oh.
now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
tell
I
him.
don't like Tim anymore.
I
Oh,
don't
okay.
like Tim anymore.
I want Tim's cut now. I'm
Somebody-
just kidding, Tim. I love you, but keep it up. For real. I'm going to come after you.
All right, so Joe, what would
Yeah.
you think about, and everybody on the old panel here, what do you guys think? I'm trying to find the comment here. That's why I'm not looking at the camera. Screw it. I'll just share my screen.
All right.
What do you guys think of the new Sony HTA9 home theater system?
What?
What
What is all this? Sign up. Sign up.
Tech
Sorry.
radar.
Is that your
It
secret
was a-
login?
There we go.
That was
I'll
his
just go
fans
to.
only fans.
It was the only.
That's his
fans.
other deal.
I am all over it.
1,800
Easy.
bucks.
I'm all
1,800
over
bucks.
it.
What do you think?
I've yet to be impressed with any Sony speaker, so I'm skeptical.
I'll have it
Or-
in my studio this week, so
I'm
I'll let you guys
skeptical.
know what I think.
Really?
Well,
Look at this. It's a 4.0.4 channel wireless home
So-
theater system.
It's just 8 little speakers and that's it then?
It's
Is
so
that-
each speaker has a microphone, Aaron, and it does its own DSP relative to the other speakers. So it's generating a 12 phantom, and normally ceiling doesn't work well because it's a random bounce, right? They just put in
Right.
an angle and assume the measurements. Well, they have the microphone to calculate the distance to the ceiling, the
Mhm.
distance to the wall, and the distance to each other speaker. So you don't need a center sound bar. But if you have a Sony TV, it turns that TV into the center channel and cuts it off at whatever hertz that the acoustic panel can handle. And
Mhm.
then it has a matching subwoofer that you have to buy, though. I think that kind of sucks, but whatever. So you have to. It's 1,800 plus another 600 for the subwoofer. So I think that covers it. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. But you know, I'm just impressed that each speaker has a microphone. So I think that's
all
the first.
all wireless too. So a lot of people, that's super easy. You just stick them wherever you want.
It doesn't have to be ear height. So you know, you have them here. You have tables.
Is this a Mac Mini? What is this?
Do you have to charge them up? Like you charge them up, right?
No, dude. No, they have a power plug. It's so it's
not
not
wireless.
It's wireless. The signal is wireless.
You have to see a wireless speaker. Yeah.
Is it balanced wireless?
Not one. Well, wireless to the base in terms of the 5-channel immersion, right? And I think you're right, Michael. I think the overhead is probably not going to be great, but it should be okay with a basic bed channel 5.1 feel, better than any soundbar. So maybe it's a good jump from soundbar, but
maybe it's a good alternative.
Well, it should be though. I mean, think about it. You're looking at what?
Yeah,
$2,300. There aren't too many $2,300 soundbars out there.
Nope.
Yeah, just a couple.
So.
But those speakers are a little bit bigger than I thought they would be, just based on that one picture they have of it in the living room.
12 inches high
on the table.
12 inches high.
It's 12 by 7. So at its widest point is 7 inches. At its highest point, it's 12 inches around there.
I thought it was going to be like a little Sony Cube or something. But
yeah,
not
the
Sony,
idea is good.
Cube.
Look, they have one on a little stand here.
Yeah, it's all over different heights.
Dresser. This one's up here. This one's down here.
All right, I get the point, but that's so dumb.
Yes,
they
could
put that one on the front
of right there.
Yeah, what is
let's put it right here, please.
Like, I see what they're trying to do, but come on.
They're just making a
one
point.
in
there used to be a picture.
One.
There used to be a picture on that wall right there, so they just used that existing hole.
So here's my take on this, right? I know a lot of the audiophile guys are just like automatic no, right? To me, it's like, you know what? Here's what will probably happen. It's probably going to be interesting, and it's probably not going to be better than typical, system where you have at least some bookshelf speakers that are bigger. But what's to stop like a better speaker from implementing some of that same technology?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be a Sony thing. It could be that they're pushing.
It could be a Focal thing. So now my $10,000 speakers are now $15,000. So maybe that's like the problem, is trying to get that technology in and still keeping the audio experience the same, right?
What if Focal came out and just did that right off the bat? Don't you think people would be like, "What are they doing? What happened to this company?"
Yeah, most audiophiles would say that. I mean, they'd still have their big, ginormous $400,000 speakers. So I mean,
I think it's interesting. I'm curious to see how it works.
One thing that's going to be the challenge is doing the power, especially for the rear channels. Seems like the front would be easier because you got your cabinet, you got a wall, you can, do a power strip. But then those rear channels, they're spaced out a little bit more, and it's like, okay, how do I get,
Yeah, see, one was by the wall, so maybe there's an outlet there, and then one was, with the wire was going down, maybe it goes under the couch.
On the floor. Yeah, so
there you go.
I think that's going to be, that's part of the hurdle with the wireless speakers.
Yeah. Homeboy 808 says WISA is the tech that will be prevalent in the future, and that's like the wireless that I know LG has in their TVs. So if you get a WISA enabled 5.1.
And that technology's been out for a while, but you really haven't heard much about it. So I'm curious to see, is it going to be like a viable solution in the future?
Well, I mean, just as long 100%, unless they're, like Joe said, battery powered, nothing's actually going to be wireless. Like, you still have to get power to the speakers.
Right.
I think as the woofer moves, that should be charging the battery in there.
Yeah.
Electric
car when you're braking.
Like an alternator.
Man. I'm just saying that's the future right there. Youthman is about to patent that. If somebody's got a patent company, hook me up after the show. Let's make this thing happen, man. We're gonna.
That's how you get that fast bass, right?
Yeah.
It regenerates.
That's what I heard about online.
That's hilarious.
I read it. Somebody said
maybe that won't work, but it sounded good.
Well, hey,
no pun intended.
If you guys have, these security cameras nowadays, like the Arlo camera, they're all battery and they last for
a
couple long
months.
time.
Yeah.
I have to charge them out about every 2 months.
That's more of a passive thing, so it would probably take some good juice to power a speaker,
Yeah.
But But yeah,
and depending on like if it's in a living room, that thing's gonna be on for quite some time.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It has to go to sleep. I think it's gonna be all about battery tech though. Once we get better batteries, then maybe it's a
Right.
possibility. Who knows?
Maybe batteries last a year.
Yeah, imagine.
Dang Tesla batteries.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
It's all about that battery. No
So-
plug.
Aaron, you got them dad jokes bad tonight, bro.
Dude,
What are you,
I had dad jokes before I was a dad.
what are you up
Man.
to over there, Aaron?
Too funny.
Oh, right now?
Well, in general, I think you're like, what are you testing now?
Oh, 6 subwoofers, Clips Forte 4s, and some JTRs. I got those in yesterday on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, FedEx. Yeah, I was like, really? And I had a sign for it, so I had to make sure I was here.
And you got
So-
the dual 12s or 10s?
The 10s. It's the, gosh,
210 RM,
the Noesis. I think it's the HT.
H-
I can't remember.
HTM, maybe? I don't know. There's a couple. There's definitely several.
Yeah, there's a couple different ones, and I can't remember. While I'm thinking about it, because I don't want to say it wrong, let me pull up my email.
210 HT.
Let's see here. 2022 Noesis 210 HT. Yeah.
Okay, HT.
Yep. And I think that's a 2-way design. I don't really remember. I usually try to stay away from looking at specs until I have a chance to listen to them and test them, and then I can go into it loaded. I know it should probably do this thing or not. So
210 HT. Okay.
210 HT. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, busy, man.
Oh, I gotta go to Regal. That's what we're gonna do the next
Regal
one. If we
Eagle.
rent it out, I wonder if they rent out. I wonder if that's right in the U.S. I wonder. Probably
Is
not.
Regal
Not
Cinema
in the
still
US.
around?
Regal Cinemas.
That's hardcore, huh? When you pick your theater based on what format they're using,
That's pretty hardcore.
like
Yeah.
they don't.
Well, it'd be even
Hardcore
better though.
nerds.
You show up and they're just running like 2-channel stereo for you or something. Like,
He's
the
like,
heck
did
is
you bring
this?"
your Oro up mixer? That's the only way we can do it.
Yeah, that's right. And you have to bring your own speakers. BYOS. There you go. BYOU. Bring your own up mixer.
Do you guys like IMAX theaters, or do you have one near you? Because I realize not every
we've got
metro
'em.
area.
Yeah.
How
yeah.
is it? How do you guys like that? I mean,
I like
Well,
the screen is nice. I mean,
Right.
it's a big, massive screen. Usually in our area, the IMAX theater holds a lot more people. So it's kind of, there's more energy in the room, the excitement. So when we went and watched like Endgame,
oh yeah, I saw
It's like-
IMAX too, right?
it was like, oh, I mean, just the amount of, like I said, the amount of people, you got this huge screen. So, I mean, that's always fun. And then their sound typically is better than the other cinemas in that 20 theater complex.
Regal theaters. I'm looking it up now.
We have a couple in Orange County if they're still open, Joe.
Yeah, we'll
One
see
in-
if they have Oro. That'll be funny.
We
I've
used
still
to
been-
have Regal where I live, but they got bought out by Carmike or something, and then whatever they are now, I don't even know anymore.
One thing I've been trying to do is kind of like do a behind the scenes at a theater, hook up with
Yeah.
a local theater and just
Yeah, that'd be cool.
go film it, maybe even
Yeah.
go behind the screen. And
That's
Yeah.
illegal, Michael.
Nah.
Yeah, dude, you can't
Didn't
film in
you
a
say
theater.
that yesterday?
Yeah, he told you that.
He
Remember?
told
All
me.
right,
He's
so
like,
the-
"Hey, it's illegal
Yeah.
to film in there." I was
No,
like,
it's illegal
said
to
that.
film the audio from a movie. That's what's
Oh.
illegal.
Oh.
No, you can't do that. I wasn't talking
Um,
about that. I'm talking about like
Mm.
the room is empty and nobody's in
Mm.
there.
Well,
all right.
you know,
Checking
what
it
was the theater here got bought over and they like remodeled it and all this stuff.
Mhm.
And so they had this like grand opening, and I'm part of the Chamber of Commerce for my DJ business. So like we were there at the little thing, and I was talking to the owner. I was like, hey, I do this YouTube channel about home theaters. It'd be really cool to get like a tour of like your amplifiers, processors, and like all the back end stuff. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. He's like, so we have 3 other theaters that are way better than this one. I'm like,
Exactly.
I'm like, oh, really? He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're actually upgrading all the stuff, all the sound equipment in this other theater, and then that stuff is coming into this theater. So if you want to, but this was all before COVID. This is like a month and a half before COVID, so lockdowns and stuff. So obviously that didn't happen. But I'd be still interested just to check it out because I don't.
I think it'd be so much fun, man.
Yeah.
Because I'd be
never seen
intrigued at the back end stuff, you know, like go into the projector room and climb
I would
behind the
I would always
screen.
complain because the previous owner didn't give a shit. Like we the kid and I were watching one of the Iron Mans, and and like one of the right surround speakers was like blown out, and every time something passed through there, it was like, ah! I was like, oh gosh, there's like glaring problems in your system.
So I took a picture behind the screen, and the speakers were on like a scaffold. Like that's how big the screen is. Like
They typically do.
Like whoa, you know, you don't realize. And once you get up close, you see all the perforations in the screen.
Oh.
Right? But you would never see that. I mean, it was
right
it was
where
clean.
You're sitting, yeah, for sure.
Not even close. Not even close to seeing any of that. Once you get up close, it looks like that leather with the holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that's called.
Well, so actually that brings up a question I have for you guys, because you guys like projectors. Is sitting closer the same as getting a larger screen? I mean, I'm not talking an iPad, right? But something like a 100-inch screen or a 120-inch screen. I mean, at that level, does changing the seating, or are you just fitting it to the room and it all ends up being the same because it's relative to the room? Because for TV enthusiasts, a lot of people say, I'll just sit closer to 55-inch TV, which sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. I don't like that myself, but what are your thoughts on projector size and sitting distance? Does it change the quality?
Think about this. You know, would you equate taking your cell phone and sitting, 3 inches from it, like a 200-inch screen, or going to IMAX at your theater? It's not quite that. I don't know why, but that's not equivalent for some reason. Even though I've got a big screen at home and I sit 9 feet from it, it's still not the same experience as looking at a.
Wait, this is huge. You sit 9 feet away from your screen.
150-inch
diagonal.
Yeah, that's closer than I would have thought.
Yeah.
Wow. See, that totally throws me off, because I assume 150-inch, maybe 15 feet.
Yeah.
But you're 9. Now, does it make you dizzy, like spin your head? Because does it cover your entire?
Why would I have that if it made me dizzy or maybe nauseous?
Okay,
or if I'm turning my head like this, that would be terrible.
Because you have 4 18s, that's why.
You're jamming, man.
Killing me.
Now, okay, so ideally, part of the reason why I'm 9 feet is I have a 4-foot cabinet in the front so I can do an acoustic transparent screen. So that cuts off my room. My room's only 19 feet deep with the cabinet.
Okay.
So now you minus 4 feet. So now I've got 15 feet of usable space on the floor, and I want to do two rows of seating. So the rear seats are pretty much almost right up against the wall. Front seats could be moved, like if my room is a little bit longer.
So let me flip the question. Given that room could be any size.
Yeah.
In an ideal situation, what is the size of your screen and your seating distance? What would you choose?
I mean, I might be, let's say, a foot back, maybe 2 feet back, but it would not be my rear seats. Wow. At my rear seats are 14 feet. Nah.
So
that's not immersive enough for me.
Okay, seriously. I'm blown away. Let's say
this was a guy. So FOMO can't hear well. Inches. Mike can't see well.
Well, here's the deal. FOMO.
I know. See, I was waiting for Chana to jump in because he's gonna have to say something.
So think about this, FOMO. You don't even have lenses in your glasses, bro. So of course, that's.
I'm gonna have to be like 5 feet away from a 150-inch screen. Like,
hold up. No. Time out. Zach Morris. You don't have lenses in your glasses?
Nah, dude, he doesn't.
Dude, just for style, man.
You're pulling y'all seen the Ghostbusters remake, right? Where Chris Hemsworth is like, he touches his eyes, and she's like, wait. Did you just? And he was like, oh yeah, I just wear these for look or something like that, or not even for the look, but yeah.
That's what I told people, and they laugh. Yeah. Research has shown when you wear glasses, people give you more respect. Like in that group, in this group, who gets the most respect? It's got to be Michael.
Hold up, I'm coming back.
We definitely don't give Chana respect.
Because put on some glasses, Chana. I should have given you my glasses when we're at the shootout, because he took my gloves. Did you take my glasses as well? I forgot. He took my gloves. He did take my glasses.
Dude, so I'll just wear my hat.
There you go.
Oh, he's official.
That's legit.
Hey,
right
Capitan.
There, that's legit right there.
We're just missing Tennille.
Hey, to answer your question though, FOMO, seriously, I think it has a lot to do with, we talk a lot about viewing angle.
Yes.
About how much of your peripheral vision it takes up.
So TV dudes look at 42 degrees.
I just got something.
Oh, dude.
So peripheral vision, I think a lot of it has to do with how relaxed your eyes are. Right? So when you put something really close to your eyes are crossed to focus on it.
Okay, that makes
So when
sense.
they're a certain distance away, now your eyes
That's
are
a good
relaxed and
point.
looking at the same.
Hang on. I know what the reason is.
What?
One of my eyes looks out, so I've got a wider peripheral than you guys do.
Dude, you got stereo vision.
I told you.
Stereo
You can't see
eyes.
well.
I never
You got
thought
stereo
that.
eyes.
I was
This
wondering why everybody's
explains
saying, man, 9 feet is
everything.
that's too
Just-
close.
Wait,
Your
so
eyes
now
are
your
just-
family. So your family are all like, this is killing us. We don't have
Like,
a heart to
this
tell
sucks.
Dad.
Yeah, that's right. Dad loves it.
I mean,
Got one eye looking
Aaron
at
could
it.
probably measure it on the Clipple too, like how
Right.
how your eyes,
Oh, we got a drug
the
dealer
viewing
here.
angles.
Oh god.
Yeah, we
You're
all
gonna have to
got
lay down
glasses.
sideways though. I can't measure you standing up.
So
Wait, I love this comment. Mike has oral eyes.
oral eye.
I love it.
So
Oh god.
So you know what?
That's
Here's
awesome.
here's a funny thing though. We're talking about the
make me
having a
laugh.
screen real close to your eyes is not comfortable, right? You wouldn't consider that immersive. But what are VR glasses? You know, that's a
Yeah,
screen,
that's true.
really.
Yeah,
So it really depends on how it's focused, right? So now
People
that
are
it's focused.
throwing up, right? They're vomiting
No,
and
well, here's the thing. They have an app. Remember, Chana, we were in that one theater. We're just like throwing like popcorn and
Oh
throwing,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so
They were
it
watching
does
the
feel
movie
like you're in a
in
theater
VR.
though. So you have a screen that's really close, but it feels like you're looking at a huge screen. And that's the experience that I had yesterday too. Is in the theater, it's about the same viewing angle as my. I have a 120 inch, about the same, except
wish.
I'm close, and the other one is like same viewing angle, but I'm really far, and that gives you a different feeling. Like you know this is a huge screen, and your eyes are relaxed. So I think that's another part of it is how relaxed your eyes are.
And some of it's preference, because let's face it, we can all five of us can go into a movie theater, and without telling each other, and you pick in your brain where am I going to sit, we may sit different rows, and that's preference.
Where are you going to sit?
I'm typically
we're-
like dead in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd sit right
I
there
don't-
too. Then
I don't
I'd sit
like-
down first though.
I don't like going up front, but I'll move you out of the way. That's no big deal.
Oh,
He's
gonna move you out of the way. All right.
Hey, Michael's he's probably super mean. Like when you meet him in person, like he's all nice. The first time I met
What?
him, like he tried to hit me in the head. I swear to you,
Nothing like-
he took a swing at
nothing
me.
like-
See that?
I'm nothing like what I show on my videos, man. I'm violent and vile, and
Ivory.
I know y'all don't believe that.
Yesterday, I was actually looking at where's the optimal viewing angle? 2/3 up at the bottom of the screen. It's these
See?
seats right here.
So you're like, Aaron would be like, 30 degrees because he's like nerding out. And then listen to you. I go to the movie theater. I put my binaural mics on. I went behind the screen. I was trying to find the optimal viewing angle. Do you nerd it out?
Look,
Yeah,
I
you
am.
do.
That's why we get along.
No, look, take it from
It's just
Fresh
you
Hater
just take
D.
it to the.
Take it from Fresh Hater D. Joe just
Oh.
doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Oh,
Oh.
wait, Joe. That brings up a good point. You know how the new movie theaters they have a map
Just
of where you
doesn't
get
know.
to sit.
Uh-huh.
Where do you?
Oh,
sit?
yeah.
Does the map reflect what you think your distance is? Because you look at the map, like okay, and let's say you have a choice of seats. How accurate is that map, the viewing distance? Because you're making a lot. Once you lock it in, you can't go back.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever
making,
screwed up?
yeah,
and
you're
got-
making a lot of assumptions about
Right.
this.
Well,
this where
they
you're
always
sitting
show
in.
the screen though, right?
right.
So
but-
that helps.
But you don't
But
know
it's
how
not to
high the
scale.
screen is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not to scale.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and that's actually a good point there, Michael. Like trying to find like in the middle, especially if it's like an amphitheater
Yeah.
seating,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
the middle of the vertical, right?
Right.
I am very lucky. Our TV stand sits super low. So that 83, when I put it on there, like that was one of the things I was thinking about. I'm like, this might be a problem. But
Yeah,
I'm just
might be
lucky that it's only like 15 inches high, right? So that when we sit down, my eyes are dead center
Okay,
vertical
cool.
on the
Yeah.
TV. So
Nice.
I was stoked about that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's good
Here's
stuff.
That
a
is
question.
definitely something.
SI, so will the AV Summit be fully binaural this year? So this is a big topic. I was on Audioholics, and we were talking about that. And of course, they get very sciencey and
Hate.
huh?
Hate. Hate.
All I want to say is
Buddy.
the whole point is just to make it more fun. So fully, I don't know, because we do want to send mics out to different companies, but yeah, it's just for fun. It's just for fun.
I hit
to
up some
make it a
companies
fun
in Europe,
experience.
and it's probably going to be harder to get them there, right?
Yeah, yeah. But hopefully we'll get some out to some of those guys too somehow. But yeah, I think the bottom line is we have to make it fun and exciting and engaging. I don't understand what's confusing about that. Can somebody please tell me?
I heard
what's
it's
confusing?
dangerous, Joe.
It's dangerous.
I heard that.
Let's go.
Danger's my middle name.
I heard it from somebody.
I think it depends on the expectations you're setting, right? If you're saying that it's one thing, then that's when you get into some issues, right?
It was funny. Joe and I have been talking about a live show for a long time, long before COVID. He's like, "All right, what are we going to do at a trade show, an audio trade show? What can we do to make it fun and entertaining and keep people there and interested?" I'm like, "That's easy, dude. We got models, alcohol, and music. Like that's it.
That's the formula.
Simple.
Yeah. See.
Anyway, but, since we can't do that, let's go binaural.
So yeah, that's the next best thing. Binaural.
SEMA show. I know Joe goes to those things. It's yeah.
See, Angela knows booth babes.
Babes. SEMA shows.
Maybe what we can do is have one of these guys have
E3, and they had tons of booth babes until
I'll be
they're
a booth
all dressed
babe.
up in crazy outfits.
Oh no,
Aaron should be the booth babe.
I'll be a booth babe.
I second Aaron as a booth babe.
Yeah, I'm there, dude. I'm totally there.
You can have
do I continue to shave my head or just let it like quasi grow? I don't know.
As long as that's all you shave, my friend, we don't care.
Dang.
You want me to be hairy everywhere else? That's basically what you just said.
I cannot unsee that.
Good
Come
times.
and whisper in your ear.
ASMR.
Yeah.
Oh man, what if one of the binaural tests they just mess around with people and they do some weird ASMR thing?
Hey,
Yeah.
how popular do you think it would be if somebody their demo was like they had binaural and then they had like a booth babe and like come and sit next to you and talk to you? Yeah, bet these guys would love that.
You should. Hey, I got a great idea.
But that's not
Do the
scientific.
binaural. Do the binaural mics and then put on your headphones on top of that,
All right.
and then just. That's all I got. I'm out. That's it.
Yeah, we weren't sure where you were going with that one.
Just make sure that you. No, I mean that was it. Joe was like, "All right," like there was supposed to be more. I was like, "No, that's it. Just put your headphones on top of your binaural mics and record that."
I mean, I've
and then
done that,
tell people that that's an accurate representation of what they will hear in a room, and then just sit back and watch it burn.
Croson has a legitimate question here.
Let's go. Our booth babe. Oh,
Whoa, it's bright.
I think he's talking about Don, right?
I don't know, man. I think he's saying like, are the B's the equivalent of double D's if you get closer to them?
You're talking about the
peripheral.
Okay.
Yeah.
peripheral.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael needs them a bit larger.
I think that's a question for Mike. Actually.
I just thought of Michael, like he would be right up on top of him and be like, I can't see him because I see everything out here.
I see the one on the left, but I can't see
Nose
the
is
one
in
on
the
right.
center.
I'm over here.
Like, I see a
Three-dimensional.
third one. Is that normal or what?
That's right.
That's why Michael doesn't go to strip
Gotta stub
clubs.
it.
This always goes south, man.
Just making it rain.
Is ASMR better in Auro 3D? I think it's probably going to be better in binaural.
I think it's better in mono. That's just my personal opinion. But you've got to set up the mono speaker right. You've got to have it 15 degrees above your head. Because if it's 30, then it won't sound right.
That's right. You had Sean Olive on recently.
I did. That was
pretty cool.
Honestly, that was a really good talk. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, happy
That was a good
belated
time.
birthday, by the way.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I was gonna call you, but I'm like, I don't want to bother him. He's probably hanging out with Sean Olive right now.
Yeah, I think I was that day. Yeah, no, it was a good birthday, man. My wife and kid got me a cookie cake from the cookie company with the M&Ms in them.
That's nice.
Why are you so excited about the M&Ms? Like, you took a picture and
the
you showed us,
M&Ms.
like, dude, there's M&Ms on here. Like, you've never had M&Ms before.
I know, right?
No, man, because that's like next level stuff, dude. Like a cookie cake is one thing, but a cookie cake, like you spend the extra $2 or $3 to get the M&Ms put inside of it, and oh my god, it's incredible, dude. And with a glass of milk, dude, I'm telling you
He's in
guys,
heaven. He's in heaven.
that's all I need. That is all I need.
That's it.
That really is it. That
Well,
doesn't
Mary
take
J.
much to
Blige.
make me happy. Yeah, all I need. Yeah, that's right.
To get by.
I was thinking, all I need is a miracle. All I need
different.
is...
Well, I'm still
different,
on that.
but I know Mary
Wu-Tang
J.
wait.
Blige.
I'm still
I
on
just
that
thought of
Wu-Tang kick
something.
because
I thought of
the
something.
season 2 came out.
Joe, this was inspired by Aaron, your comment. So for the summit,
Yeah.
what if every attendee, exhibitor, doesn't matter, if you're in, and they all get like cookies or whatever, right? Just points, and then you just throw it at different seminars, so we get a feel. Given a limited number of points, where would they apply in terms of rewarding? Hey, this is really great. Here's 5 or here's 4, and you only get 10 a day to throw it out. This gives us an idea would it just the
Valuable,
right the
maybe to them.
value of it, because people attend 3 different ones. How do you rank their popularity if all the same people show up to all 3 of them, or do you just know which is good?
I don't know. Hold on one second. Don Dunn. What is it? Hold on a second. I gotta mute myself.
Oh, don't mute us. Dude, I want to hear what Don is saying. Don is my new hero.
He keeps it real. I like his unexpected comments.
Yeah.
I love how he hassles spare change. That's like classic.
Dude,
like,
They were making fun of him pretty hard.
The first time I saw him, I was coming back from Orlando, and my wife and kid were in the back seat, and they had their headphones on. So I was like, I'm gonna listen to something. So I streamed, I think Audioholics at the time, and Don jumped all over Gene. He started calling him Gargamel. I was like, oh my God. I was laughing so hard. I was like, dang it. I felt so bad for Gene in that moment, because Gene was just sitting there like, what do I say to that? You know, like, I got nothing to say back to that. It was hilarious. I even told these guys, I was like, y'all got to see this. Don just called him Gargamel. I'll never not say that now.
that is funny.
That was funny. I remember that.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I mean, my name is spelled with an E, so I can make fun of other people. So anyway.
All right.
I don't feel bad when I goof on other people.
So, buddy, to answer your question, how are the Focal domes holding up? They're doing a fantastic job. So
This one's
I don't know.
the Randy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I called him Gargamel. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Brother.
Hey,
oh, wait, that's Hulk.
Shauna, did you hear his Shane impression?
Yeah.
It's pretty on point.
The Focal speakers are sparkling, a little too bright. I like my Trent off. I really
Ooh,
do.
the Go-Go's.
How do you do it? Like, what's the secret to doing the voice correctly?
Just try to say something quietly. That's all I try.
Try to say something quietly.
Yeah.
Quietly.
Yeah.
Quietly.
Quietly.
All right. I got it.
Like at the shootout, he's like, "Hey, so
Are you guys able to
do
move
it?
the images around, or is it by order of people entering the room? How did you do that?
Just move.
Just drag and drop.
drag and
Is this
drop,
drag
bro.
and drop? So this
Get out of there, Michael. Get out of there.
this is the StreamYard thing. You drag and drop.
Yeah, you just click on
Man.
it and move it over. You didn't know that?
No,
Story.
Yeah,
because
drag and drop.
sometimes you know how you have when you have an image to the right and then you have
Yeah.
a person chatting, the bottom person disappears. And if you want that, and he's talking about the image, you could just drag him to the top, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even like you're looking to your right, so it almost looks better if we switch you guys so you're looking at each other. How about that?
Cool.
See,
See more about StreamYard.
Dang
I did
it, it's
not know.
backwards.
There you go.
This is stupid.
that's the
Quit.
bad thing. It's mirrored. You're like,
It is. I don't like it.
Don't
Still
forget
can't
to,
get it right.
Don't forget
Yeah,
to subscribe
hard.
to Michael's channel. and Phomos. Subscribe to Phomos.
I always screw that. I'm like,
I
Where
feel
was
weird,
the-
like
You
promoting
can't
somebody who has
see,
more
so-
subscribers than me.
you
What's
do?
that?
I'm like, yeah, go follow him. I'm like, he probably already does.
Yeah, he don't need the help.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Like, just follow me.
Follow
Unfollow
Aaron.
him and follow me. Oh yeah, no, yeah, follow
Us
me. I was
two
saying,
over here on
Yeah.
this side right here.
yeah.
We're the ones who need some help.
Nobody
over
wants
here.
to follow me anywhere.
So should
They're
we
like,
let him in?
Are you paying?
Should we let
Oh
him in?
no!
Oh no.
Look out, bitches.
Whoa!
Hey, it's gonna be a competition of who can
I-
demonetize quicker.
I thought
Uh-oh.
Don was exclusive to Audioholics. Does Gene know you're here, Don?
Oh, you're gonna get in trouble.
Oh, you're cheating on Gargamel, bro. What's
Exclusive
going on?
to Audio.
Yeah.
You're not exclusive. We can
No,
bring
Joe
you
had to send him
anywhere?
some
Nah,
Venmo.
I'm my own entity, bro.
Oh,
I'm just
shot us a
I'm just a
Venmo.
guy that likes speakers, man. That's
It's not a
that's it.
monogamous relationship. So
You know why he's on here is because Aaron's like, I like that guy.
I like that guy.
Ask him
I
to be
like Aaron
on.
too, man.
I'm like,
I like all
Hey,
you
listen.
guys, to be honest with you.
Hey, You called Gene Gargamel last October or November or December. I don't know when, but dude, I was
Once
rolling.
you see that shit, you can't unsee it.
I know. That's what I said. I saw it. I was like, I'm never not going to see that now. Like, I'm not a handsome guy, so I can accept it. But that was pretty funny.
I was at Comic-Con and they had this cutout of Gargamel and they wouldn't sell it to me. I was about to steal that thing, dude. I was like, telling my daughter, is anybody looking? So it's hilarious. Nah, he's a good dude, man. Nah, we just love audio. You know that I met him a few years ago, and Control 4 wanted me to put his automation system in, and we just started talking about audio, man, and hit it off. You know, we're diametrically different people. You know,
you see this one, Don. You see this comment?
Is Randy Macho Man of AV? Oh yeah, get those speakers in.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Oh, man.
Like all you guys, man.
Oh, wow. Snap into a Slim Jim. It's been a while since I've heard that.
I haven't seen Gargamel.
He snapped into a tree down here in Florida.
Now I feel bad. Like Gene needs to be here to defend himself. But Gene, it's all love, man. It's all love.
I got Gene's back, dude. He's cool.
He knows.
He's cool.
Yeah. I wouldn't say anything if I didn't like him. So.
But you guys were knocking on Shane pretty good though. He wasn't in there.
Well, it's a little bit bright. Yeah, I got you to have a sex line.
Your Shane voice, I couldn't stop laughing.
I guarantee he'd make more money on that than his Patreon.
Oh, dude, he's got the killer voice, man.
Kill it, man.
You know? You got like a 28-year-old Vietnamese guy at the other end of it. You know, you think you got Fabio and shit. You know what I mean? So it's hilarious.
Oh goodness, man.
That's
so
cool.
What have you been up to today? Anything?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, working, dude. Closing jobs, man.
House, right?
Yeah, I have a 8,000 square foot house that we just finalized the deal on the water here in Florida, which is going to be really cool. I mean, listen, most of what we do as integrators, as you guys know, are architectural audio, high-end sound bars. Then I pre-qualify that. There are some high-end sound bars. Tomorrow night on my live stream, I'm going to have a guy named Noah, who's the president of Leon Speakers. You guys should check it out, man. They make some pretty rad stuff, dude. I mean, they make $10,000-$12,000 sound bars with custom Morel and Ciaz drivers built into them, and they sound legit. I mean, and it's wide enough if you put it on like a 100-inch TV, which we do. But I don't do a lot of towers and bookshelves. However, I'm trying to change that with our new showroom coming up. So,
nice.
What
kind of towers are you getting
Don.
in there?
I don't think Don quite measures.
Yeah, we're gonna have Dolly, Focal, Klipsch, Martin Logan, RBH, of course, SVS, JL Audio. We'll have some killer brands. I mean,
cool.
You know,
JL Audio, man, that's overpriced junk.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. I love JL. I love JL Audio, man.
No, it's expensive, dude.
It's not cheap.
Yeah,
but the thing I like about JL is this all in-house engineering. Like these aren't dudes that are paying somebody in China for a product off the shelf. Like all this stuff is in-house. Like I beta test for them all the time. Like
that's cool.
I know what they're doing. They do some really neat stuff, man.
I think I watched one of your videos on some JL stuff. They're architectural audio. So they make these 13-inch subs, right? And we've got a couple of them in Gene's house. Dude, the cabinet floats within the stud wall. It has a metal piece that goes across and like a long piece of metal that it floats on it. Then you put these this material on it to lock it in the stud wall that kind of disconnects it, you know, from the stud, and it literally floats in the wall. And it's the most legit architectural sub that I've ever listened to. I mean, it's got great output for what it is. So, you know, JL is expensive, but I mean, they make a great product for sure.
They do. I agree.
We're an SBS dealer, which is cool. Really getting into that. You know, really enjoying their products. Very cool.
SBS.
You know, RTJ is our new line, or JTR backwards. You know, looking at it in the mirror. I've got 418s now, and they're the best subs I've ever had in my life.
The crazy
JTR needs to be part of the AV Summit, man. We got SVS confirmed today, so as always,
right on.
You know.
Right.
They support the community really well.
Yeah, SBS has always
every
been great,
single
man.
one, and they've been like sponsors every single one,
and
they always do cool giveaways. I think Croson won one of the giveaways.
Oh yeah.
What
of course he did.
One,
Of course he did. Croson.
Of course he did.
So a buddy of mine got he got the PB 16 and he hooked it all up. And I was, after having these 18s, I'm like, oh, it's so cute. It's really, it's nice. It's nice.
I used to love mine, man. When you get them in, it's like, oh my gosh,
that's huge.
It's a whole new level, man. When you're hitting sub 10 hertz, it's crazy.
See, this is why Mike needs those big subwoofers, because he can't see the movie. Right, so he's got to feel it. Really, just feel it.
Man, are they getting down on you, man?
They're hitting me hard, but it's all good. I can take it.
They are. I'm not.
You should have heard the discussion earlier about how far he sits away from his 150-inch screen, and people were like, "What?" And he's like, "Well, my eyes kind of like."
Well, listen, dude, it's hard to get much distance in the trailer. I'm just saying, you got to go to like a triple wide, not the double wide, man. I keep telling him.
Dang, dude, that's pretty harsh. It's all good,
dude. I'm the biggest hillbilly here, so whatever.
Hey, yeah. So one thing you said, Don, about the trade-off that I thought was interesting is the way that you can have like a center channel above and below the screen, and it'll like matrix it so like it sounds like it's coming from the screen
in the middle.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Is that something that you would do if someone had like a 120-inch like micro LED screen or something like that, or 150 or something like that?
Funny you say that. That's exactly what we're going to use it for on a 220-inch micro LED screen.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we're doing
scary.
We're not finalized, but we're in the process of finalizing what's going to be a 7-figure theater with a mezzanine balcony, 27-foot ceilings. I mean, it literally looks like something from, Elizabethan Europe or something.
Are they going to put those two old guys from the?
That's what I was thinking.
The Muppets on the side. Yeah.
And Sean Olive. So
there you go.
This answers.
Just going to scowl down at everybody. No,
Joe, does this answer your question? What makes the turnoff so great? And we're talking about the remapping processing. It's able to map a center from a top and a bottom.
All right,
that's
so hold up.
Stuff.
So check it out. To
me, that's like Phantom Center.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm as skeptical about that as Aaron is about binaural or
everything.
Oral. I'm skeptical because I'm like, you can just place a speaker anywhere, like it's just gonna.
But
Don.
You know, it's like what expectations? Like
that's what Chernoff told me. I mean, like
do they have to angle them? Like the bottom one angles up, the top one angles down, or is it just straight out? And then
I'm just gonna stack all the speakers in one.
So we're building. We're having RBH build custom speakers for it, like a high output, very focused dispersion, not a horn, maybe a waveguide built into these, something that has those tremendous dynamics because it is such a large room. So they have a way to, and I think Meridian did this years ago. I used to do some Meridian all digital systems back in the, early to mid 2000s that were just trend setting. They were just incredibly complex. I mean, but this is going to like scale the audio and time delay and FIR filtering and to my knowledge, so that we can actually have this all time delayed so that it hits at the same time with spaced out speakers in the top and the bottom. And of course, we're literally going to go around the screen in order to do this. And we're going to have multiple sets of speakers for the upper balcony. Now I know JBL is working on over in China, a system where they use something similar, but they actually have these small directional speakers that mount on the surrounds and they're bandwidth limited. So they actually bounce the sound off of the screen. I think Meyer Sound has that too, but we're going to do something a little bit different on it. So as we get into it, we'll put more out there. It's kind of, some rocket surgery stuff.
What would be the benefit of doing something like that versus opposed to using just maybe a really high end acoustic transparent screen?
Well,
what are the trade-offs there?
There's no advantage to this other than the advantage of the micro LED screen versus a projector. After spending time with it and after being somebody who actually has a ton of experience with ultra high-end, high output projectors, it's really hard to beat these things. I mean, they're literally like watching 220-inch TVs.
Is that the ones that they're locking together? They're individual.
It is. Yeah, they're like Legos. That's the first question. I'm like, dude, how are we gonna get that in the door? He's like, dude, we build it in there. I'm like, okay,
I got you.
Right?
I totally missed that part.
Yeah. It comes in, dude, and they build a frame, and Peerless makes a special mount for it. But listen, once you see one of these things in an application, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. They literally look like a giant OLED or LED TV, and the picture quality is stunning. And I mean, and the brightness is just, it's crazy. I mean, they're like 1200 nits on these things. I mean, it's virtually impossible to get a projector to do that unless it's something really. The more light output you have, the less picture quality you have on it, and getting your black levels right. So it is the future. It's just a matter of where the price comes down, so peasants like us can afford it. You know,
Yeah.
Don, I was going to ask you about that because LG just released their. They call it the Cinema Extreme. It's 130 inch, right? 130 inch micro LED, but it's only 1080p. Does that make a difference? Because
I mean, to a point,
this point, right?
They have both. They have 1080p, then they have 4K, and they even have 8K. I just got the price list for it. So the price list looks like a menu for Mario Andretti's car collection, dude. Like, and this one for $1.2 million. But they've got a picture in their brochure of this chick standing. It's got to be a 30-foot wall, and it's all screen. And then they got it broken out into like several different 200. I mean, it's just crazy, dude. I mean, what you can do with it. It's not really feasible right now, except for rich people. But I think in the near future, it's going to be. We're hoping to start a trend with it because it's not really now. China's actually using those, and they have cinemas built around those, and they're doing some experimentation right now and see how people like them. So obviously, acoustically transparent screen is the gold standard and will be for many years to come. But you're going to see more and more of these proliferate as the price comes down a little bit.
Hey, I went to a theater yesterday and they had like this giant Sony projector. Do you know which one it is? Like I swear to you, it's massive.
Well, I mean, they've got dedicated cinema projectors. I think I have that price list somewhere, but I mean, Sony has different divisions. We're a Sony Diamond dealer, so we can go up to like their $90,000 projector. Then from there, the sky's the limit. You get into their ultra high light output, and they have different ones to scale for different. So you have like this new trend now where you have smaller theaters, but with really nice seats, and you can get shrimp and whatever to eat, and they come and serve you. So those are a little bit smaller. They have really good sound. Then they've got the projectors for the Oh My God cinemas, the IMAX cinemas, and those get pretty astronomical in the pricing.
Wow. So the ones in theaters are above the $90,000 ones?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. More than 5,000 ANSI lumens. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm trying to remember how bright the one was, but it's an older Christie projector. But the guy was telling me about it. I'm like, man, that's crazy bright. He had a 224-inch screen in his cinema. I'm like,
yeah, you got to run a 220 to some of those too, and have cooling.
Beautiful, man.
So I did some work on a guy that had a full, I know Joe's big on the Oro 3D. We did the full 3 layers of sound. The medium layer, then the high layer.
How did that go?
Layer. And he did. It was cool. I mean, it was cool. It wasn't the most attractive theater, but I mean, it sounded amazing.
That's why Aaron likes Don, because Don is not a huge fan of. He's like, yeah, it's cool. He's not a huge fan.
Listen, if you
cool. That ain't even cool.
No, don't you freaking put words in my mouth. Let me say,
don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Go and tell nobody. So it's cool if you have the room and the budget to do it, but most people don't, man. And I don't want people feeling like that they can't do this exact thing that they shouldn't do it. I mean,
all right. So you guys were saying, it's not realistic to put like height speakers, right? But we're talking about you're making holes in the ceiling. You know what I mean? Putting ceiling speakers.
Those are flush mounted to the ceiling. Those disappear.
I mean, that's
still a little crazy too, right?
I think what Joe's saying is that takes a little bit more work. It's a little bit more permanent than just mounting a speaker on the wall where you can just.
I think they're talking about
like a little hole, just patch it up.
A regular family room, though, like to have speakers hanging from the ceiling isn't as smooth as in a dedicated theater room. Who cares? You can have big, massive those Forte speakers that Aaron's got. Mount those jokers up there, or RTJ or whatever. Doesn't matter. But when you've got a living room, it is harder to throw in ceiling speakers that are hanging down. Even if
it looks ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not practical for most people.
Yeah.
Because most people that can afford that to pay somebody to do it,
they want to hide them.
Yeah.
And that's probably why most of your stuff is architectural, because they don't want to see them. They want great sound, but we don't want to see them.
Correct. And to be fair, there's some companies that make some amazing. All right. You ever heard of James loudspeakers?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So James loudspeakers. Yeah, exactly. Look up James loudspeakers. This company makes
Jameson.
No, James.
Papa John's loudspeakers.
James.
Okay,
Oh, you
James
did
loudspeakers.
Come on,
For-
bro.
They're
Jeremy's
amazing.
loudspeakers. I'm googling it right now.
Hey, they're in Nevada.
Probably, yeah.
I see this
They're out
made in
west.
Nevada. That's like
Let
that's
me look it
actually
up.
like an hour from me.
Jim's
God, how many
loudspeakers,
tweeters
right?
does one person need?
Jim's
they make-
loudspeakers?
Apparently
they make-
5. Hold on, let me
Look
share.
at their Maverick system. They make like 21-inch
Oh, you got it
subs.
already?
And I mean, yeah, they make some killer products, dude. I mean, really, really great sounding stuff. So yeah, the Maverick home cinemas so they use like this really cool high frequency driver array that has a multitude of beryllium tweeters in it. It's not actually it's kind of a wave guide, but it's not really a true horn. And I mean, this is a system that can hang right up there with the JTRs and Myers mounted some of the higher output. Yeah, and they're built like tanks. So they make some cool products, dude. Most people have never heard of them.
Pretty high.
They're-
Pretty
never
high.
heard of
end.
They're a mainstay in integration. The company name
Oh,
like Sonance.
you know what Youth
um,
Man likes? Look at this, bro.
Youth Man
That's
likes
what I'm-
Youth Man deals.
That's what I'm talking about.
Used
Yeah.
to-
21.
what's
Yeah,
up?
you,
Look
yeah,
at
you,
that sub,
you,
dude.
you can't do these. Youth man, sorry.
that-
No
that's
deals.
Hold on.
No deals.
The 21-inch sub that only goes to 20 hertz.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, what the heck? But
Hmm?
it's all good.
That seems not
No
as low as I
brown
would
note
expect.
tickle for you, buddy. Sorry.
150
I have some
dB
room.
though.
In a room, they go
Game
down
on
to 1 hertz.
Yeah, wouldn't it be a hurt at that point?
Yeah, just be hurt.
It'd be H, no
Hurt.
HZ.
If
Yeah,
it's
hurt.
half of a hurt, is it just a her?
Oh, so speaking of hurt, man, I went and saw 311 in concert on Saturday.
Oh,
night.
nice.
Oh,
I
nice.
saw
And,
your post on that. Do you like it?
What's that?
I saw your post on.
Yeah, it was great, man. But I have my sound meter because I'm a
Facebook, I
nerd.
think.
My-
You brought-
Uh-huh.
See,
It
oh
was
look, this
hitting
guy brought a sound
132
meter.
dBs.
Are
You were making fun
did
of
you bring
me.
REW as well?
No, I didn't do that,
Did you
man.
get out your RTA app? Oh my gosh, I'm in a null. I gotta move.
Analyzer.
Hey, I need y'all to move. I gotta go over there.
Get out of the way now.
60 hertz ain't
Yeah,
hit
it
me
was
right. Let me move.
I gotta get
move.
in the right
It
spot.
was loud, dude. I sprung my ears.
So yeah, how loud was it over there?
It was loud. It was so loud. But I went and tested. Then I got home. I was a little inebriated and started demoing these dolly speakers that I'm kind of reviewing. These little bookshelves, man. I thought I was gonna blow them up cranking them, man, because I couldn't hear anything anymore.
Like, because you couldn't hear, couldn't hear anything.
Actually,
He was used to the
dolly,
other
man.
level.
These little dolly bookshelves are amazing, dude. The
I
Epicon
haven't
2s.
heard any dollies yet.
Dolly,
Oh,
did
dude.
they have wheels on them?
What's that?
Ah,
Do they have wheels
Wow.
on them?
Man.
another dad joke.
Hey, man, you watch it. I know where you live.
Yeah,
No,
he's
you
not
come
that
over
good
there.
looking, but he's funny as hell.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. That's all I need to get me by.
Too funny.
So yeah, let's talk about. I've been really wanting to talk about the concept of using binaural mics with Oro 3D at the same time.
Look at how he got serious too.
Well, I'll see y'all later.
while sitting on a clipper.
Whatever your
Yeah,
kink,
lost it.
man.
Aaron,
Whatever
don't be
your
boring,
kink.
bro. Don't be boring.
Oh man, my bad.
Don't be boring.
Yeah.
My bad.
I called Don. He's like, cut that out. He like told me like in a serious like. I'm like, hey
Uh-oh.
man, what's going
Man,
on
can
over
everybody
here?
just be cool, man? You
He's
know
like,
what
I
I'm
know
saying?
it, man.
It's audio,
told me-
bro.
He told me in like a stern like, hey, cut that
Like
out.
like a dad voice,
Yeah, like
or like an older brother
Now,
voice.
Joe, I
I
told
got, I got a little shook. I'm like-
I told you, Joe.
I said, oh, hold on a second. I'm adult. What the hell?
Go out to the tree in the front yard. Pick the
I'm
switch
a grown
you
man.
want.
I got
you
kids.
see that?
You want-
You see that Toyota 4Runner outside? See that guy with the beard?
Oh man. Yeah, man. We like to have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we
I'm very
all have our own different perspectives here.
Yeah.
You know, you're coming from an installer perspective. FOMO's he got the expensive stuff, but he's like
Yeah, he
into
does.
he got the
But I
expensive
can't
stuff.
hear. I have
You can't
expensive
hear the
stuff I
difference.
can't hear. Damn thing.
So he goes back to Elax. He's
Homo
all-
looks smarter than any of us, man.
It's
Nah.
the glasses.
We've already
you
been
know?
over that. Oh my god! Just
You missed
What?
that whole thing, Don.
Say what?
There, now we
What I
all
missed.
got
What? What?
we all
I
Look
got
want
at
him to
us
do my
now.
I want him to do my taxes.
In the chat, who looks the smartest? You know, they're gonna say
Look at us
FOMO.
I don't
now.
know, man. Techno Dad's got that cool vibe. Yeah, that's right. Techno Dad coming at you live. 101.4, the speaker.
That's right.
the speaker.
Today on we're gonna be talking about beryllium. Oh yeah.
Turn up your
Dad,
bass,
I think
Chana.
it's a little bright.
I think I already have the big bottom on. Yeah, it's already on.
Turn it up.
I don't know, man.
Pretty
Youth
bright.
Band's the most trustworthy guy here, I think.
Youth man?
I don't know.
They think I'm
You think
sketchy,
so?
but it's
You
all
think
good.
so?
Oh, man. He's pretty
He took a swing
trustworthy.
at me.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to
mean,
move on, man.
yeah,
Did he,
Really,
did he
that's why
connect?
he's trustworthy, man.
Did he
Why he's
connect?
trustworthy.
All right, here's the real
Oh,
question.
Joe and Joe's a smart
there
ass.
you go. There
Who's
you
got-
go.
Don, since you're the last one to join, who's got the most punchable face here?
Who has
In
the
this
most
group
punchable-
or in all of audio?
Well, I guess right here.
Oh, shit,
you
I
can
don't
go
know. I don't want to punch none of you guys, man.
You don't feel like a little bit of an urge to punch any of us?
Nah, dude, I'll just shoot you. I don't give a shit.
That's next
Hold
level.
on. In the front or in the back?
In the leg, probably.
Oh.
The leg. You're
All
gonna
right,
punch
that's
a man
fair.
in the
That's
leg?
fair. He's just trying to, it's a warning
I don't
shot.
want to punch nobody, dude. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Come on.
Aaron is the clear
Punchable.
winner.
I'm the clear
Here,
winner.
Why the hell would Aaron be? I like Aaron.
All right. FOMO.
I'm ready.
Who's got the most punchable face here?
Me.
Oh,
No, are you serious?
No,
Glasses.
yeah, him.
People wanna
He's got
punch people with
glasses.
I just
That's
look. I
all.
just
got
want to
glasses.
make a
it
wish.
would look kind of
Aaron,
funny
you
if they
last
flew
wish
off,
for you.
though, right? It would kind of have a look like they fly off, and maybe the hat will come off.
And then it'd be funny if FOMO's like, "Oh man, where's my lenses?"
You,
And they're all looking for them, and
You
there's no
hit fo-
lenses in them.
Yeah.
And then while they're looking, he runs.
Momo looked at a map with those glasses and saw people waving at him. I mean,
you hit FOMO so hard his gloves fly off.
He comes out of his shoes. That's my bike.
you gonna take that shit, FOMO?
I'm trying to create a character here.
Are those
it's all-
Genelecs
it's all
in the
part of
back?
The persona.
Yes,
Those
yeah,
Yes,
Genelecs?
they
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
They're the 8350A.
Yeah, you got Genelecs. You ain't no joke, dude.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of my home theater. I'm still building out, so I stuck them here for now.
You
Falling a
got
bit.
SI saying he's trying to tell me to close on Don. He's like, get a commitment from Don Dunn. Look
For
at him.
what?
Get her
He's-
done.
For AV
For the
Summit.
AV Summit. He's like, what's up? Is
Oh.
Don
I'll
Dunn
come
gonna
on
be
the
there?
summit.
Is
I'll
he
come
gonna
on there with
represent?
my lightsaber and my Star Wars underoos, dude. I don't give a shit.
Dude, that's awesome.
You'd fit right in, man.
I'll
Yep.
fit right in with you nerds.
That's what she
My
said.
whole office is nerdy.
I was a little late on that. Sorry.
Timing was a bit.
Story of my life, dude.
Better late than never. That's what she said.
Story of my life.
What's with the enchantment sound?
Yeah.
I dug into like I
And
accidentally
today on
you
Fairy
can do all of them at once. You know, like
I love it.
Hey, no, Dad tells us about
What
how
is
to
that?
match your shoes with your socks. So I saw that little girl that's like the biggest person on YouTube with like a gazillion billion followers. And I watched it for like 37 seconds and my brain started like oozing shit out. I was like, wow,
Yeah, you were
That's
losing brain
crazy.
cells, weren't you? Yeah.
dude.
Your IQ was
it
dropping.
about some like toy stuff or like some kid stuff.
I
What
just
was it?
like, I don't know, man. Yeah. Some
can't
like
even
hot
decide.
East European chick come out dancing with her, then the baby was crying, and they're like, "Oh!" And they ran back. I was like, "What? Really? Wow,
That's weird stuff, man.
wow."
Everybody's got an audience, Don.
Dude, I evidently.
Everybody.
Seriously,
She's got a
it
big
was-
one too, and we don't.
I mean that was like Japanese weird. You know, it was strange, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know,
That was Japanese.
dude. Japanese.
Yeah,
dude, my girlfriend's Japanese. They're the kings of weird.
I don't know, man.
Oh, Don Dunn.
I mean, their
What, is that bad?
cartoons
They were
are
pretty
very
weird.
are very sus. You know.
what?
That's
Yeah.
Did
not
you just
bad.
use the word sus? Next thing you're gonna be saying, bruh. You're gonna be bruh.
Bruh.
He's gonna
Bruh.
be saying bro
You know,
like
I-
as if he's in
we-
Fast
bruh.
and Furious, huh?
We
Yeah,
watch
bro.
a lot of like
Hey,
geek
we
stuff,
hungry.
So it's bruv, not bruh.
Bruv.
It's bruv.
We hungry, bro.
What up, bro?
We hungry.
Ejecto C cuz.
Doctor says I got a high metabolism.
That's right. That's it. Dude, that's one of my favorite ones. Rome. Nobody call me Rome except for my friends.
Oh
His
boy.
face though. Ejecto C cuz. Anyway,
That's what
Sorry.
we talk about here.
Fast and Furious. I still haven't seen the next one.
What are we talking about?
All right, I watched The Mule. I finally watched The Mule. Shout out to Croson. He knows why. I finally watched The Mule. I thought it was pretty good. I'm
Oh,
like
Clint
a year or
Eastwood?
two late. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty good.
The
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty good. I like the ending kind of left me like, but you know, I guess it's based off a true story. Then it is what it is. But
I mean, like all his. Did you see Gran Torino? It's a little bit older.
oh yeah, I love that
Yeah.
one.
That was a
Yeah,
good one.
that one was great. I saw something else. Oh, The Warrior with Tom Hardy and the other dude. I can't remember. But it was UFC guys and their brothers.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Tom
Anyway,
Hardy's the man. Do you ever see
I love
that
Tom Hardy.
show Taboo that he did?
No.
Yeah, there was actually a TV series. There's a couple seasons called Taboo, and it's really, really good. It's like a period, late 1800s, and he's kind of going after the East India trading company. It's really a killer. It's a bad beep show. So
that's cool. I'll have to put that one down. I saw him in Lawless. That was on Netflix. Have y'all seen that?
Yeah.
That's a great one, man.
Whatever you do, just don't watch Lucifer. Okay.
Is it not good?
I wouldn't watch it anyway.
I haven't.
No, it's a FOMO thing.
We're all part of the gang.
FOMO was he showed like a little bit of the Lucifer opening credits, and then he was called a devil worshiper after that.
And everyone who watches me are part of the tribe, apparently.
This is the question you had in your
like
last live stream.
Yep.
FOMO, you asked this, right? Like, what are the demo scenes you use? So this one's for Don. Favorite movie demo scene? I guess for checking out what video quality or audio.
Audio,
my favorite. I think my new favorite movie demo scene is the gunfight in open range. If you want to test the dynamics of your system, there is no demo that you can do that's better than that, man. It's towards the end of the movie, and that gunfight is just it's got Kevin Costner, and it's got a great cast in it. Annette Bening's in it. It's a phenomenal movie. But I'm telling you, you go to that, and if you got a serious system, you crank that up, it will make people jump out of their seats more so than even like Private Ryan. It's killer. Open range.
Open range, and I would have thought.
Private Ryan.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
Is that
I've been doing surround demos since the mid-90s, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Hey, you'll be impressed. Aaron's got a Pro Logic system.
Hey, yeah, I do.
Yeah, speaking of the mid-90s, Aaron's rocking Pro Logic too.
He's killing it, dude.
So when Dolby Digital first came out, I bought the first receiver that had it. It was upgradable. It was an Onkyo TX DS828. Then you had to buy the ED901 AC3 processor with it, and then hook a laser disc up to it. So I had 2 laser discs. I had the Lion King and Episode 1 Star Wars. But man, it was cool, dude.
Nice.
It was AC3.
Lion King was a good choice.
Yes,
that's all they had. I mean, that was the first one.
I'm just implying that the Star Wars probably not so much.
Laser disc,
low bass, like
low
bass.
What's a low bass movie?
Low bass, like amazing low bass.
Young Jeezy.
I mean, we're talking about music or movies?
No, I said movies.
Movies, low bass movies.
Because
any of you guys ever had any M&K products, like the old school M&K stuff?
I had one of their subs.
But like when you're talking about Laserdisc, that's how like there's in this town that we lived in, where I grew up in. I was like, I don't know, it was mid-90s, right? Somebody opened up a Laserdisc rental shop. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. And I went over there, and they had a full-on M&K set up in the back, and they were running the Star Wars demo, or what is it called? The THX demo.
Oh, the WoW disc. The WoW disc.
The WoW. Yes, exactly. The WoW disc.
I had that too.
And man, I was just like totally in love. And then
that was like the first, like when I first saw that, I think I was like Circuit City or something, and that somebody played that WoW disc on a laser disc on an M&K system with like 88 audio design associates separates with little LEDs, and man, forever did it dominate my destiny. I was like, this is what I want to do for a living. It was great.
I was just hoping to get a system. Forget doing it for a living. I was just like, how can I get this?
That's why I started working at Circuit City. I wanted that discount, 60% off, man. That was a Youth Man deal back then.
For a starving student?
How I got hooked.
Yeah. I did, Don, I finally got M&K to send me some stuff. I think it was 2 years ago.
Okay.
And it was their like newer version of their S150 system with their 10-inch subwoofer, nothing like crazy. I mean, it's retailed for like $11,000 for a 5.1, but it still wasn't anything crazy. But man, it sounded great. I just
those 150s they were incredibly dynamic. So back when I was a boy, the M&K and the Velodyne was pretty much it on subs. I mean, there was a few others, but it was a ULD Velodyne or an M&K, and they kind of dominated. I think actually Ken Kreisel from M&K invented the powered sub in the 80s. If I'm wrong, I stand corrected. But that was always kind of their claim to fame. And man, the parallel push pull subs were great.
Yeah.
Now the power on them was like 125, 350, nothing like we have now. You know.
I mean, did you see their new announcement? They got a new 15-inch subwoofer, push pull.
MEK?
Yeah.
Really? No, sir. They always 12.
Yeah, you got to be on their Instagram. They posted it a few times. He's like, oh, fuck Instagram.
Sounds like, what is that, man?
It's hard for me to open my Instagram because it's hot chick, guns, hot chick, guns, speaker, hot chick, hot guns.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But
I gotta get a new
disproportionate
account.
amount of speakers to hot chick gun. But then there's hot chick with a gun.
Oh yeah, hot chicks with guns, hot chicks with guns, hot chicks with what is that? No.
Uh-oh.
How many times have you seen hot chicks with speakers though? Like
Not often. Not often.
not
It's a
often,
sausage
right?
fest.
It never
It's a
Well,
sausage.
I don't
fest.
get that though, because
So
we know
shouldn't we
our
have
demographic.
more marketing
seems like
promo with that, right?
I mean, the gun industry's like big dudes with tattoos, and then in the audio industry's got like Steve Guttenberg and Youth Man. I can't put Techno Dad in there because he's a
For
Leia
real,
motherfucker.
man. There's no doubt.
Leia. So I mean,
Funny.
come on, hot chick's gonna be.
That's funny.
man,
dude.
I'm
Hey,
on
that
it.
was the best one
That was
tonight,
great.
man.
That was great.
Keeps asking me to ask you to do
He's bullying you, man.
AV Custom Integrator Summit for 2022. Are you up for it?
Oh
Like
yeah,
he's saying like
yeah.
throw an
2022.
integrator into the mix because we got
Oh,
audio,
on my
video.
Yeah.
It's
Where's the
in my
integrator?
plan to conquer the world. I plan because listen, my mission is for people to learn about my industry, man. Because a lot of people don't even know we exist. You're at a party and people are like, "What do you do for a living?" I'm like, "I sell TVs." Because I don't go, "Well, I integrate technology systems and blah blah." Because you sound like an ass. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right. All right.
And do automation and blah blah blah. And they're like, "Oh, cool," like so. But it is. There's some rad dudes, man. There's some real true audiophiles. A lot of guys that are, because the old audio store, it breaks my heart that went away.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's people, consumers would come in, pick their brain, and go online and buy it. But we're planning on our new showroom having dedicated 2-channel areas so that I can and educate my staff on the art of the audio demo, sitting somebody down, getting the lights right, maybe give them a glass of wine, talking to them about sound, talking to them about how sound is produced, how sound is put into movies, and how important music is, and letting them experience. Because I classify audio in 2 categories. One is passive listening, and one is active listening. Passive listening is
Aaron invented
background
that.
speakers. What's that?
Aaron
I think Aaron invented those
all
terms.
those
Oh, you did?
terms.
Yeah.
Guttenberg,
What, Mike?
Guttenberg invented it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Guttenberg.
God bless him. What?
I think
Like in the 30s?
Yeah.
Maybe older.
Okay, all right.
1900s.
My bad. Well, anyways, that's what I tell them. So I didn't plagiarize that shit from nobody. I just makes sense. But and that's how I sell to my clients. I'm like, but now with Qobuz and Tidal and all these high quality streaming formats, now we can truly have. And I tell people, great experience. You can be sitting there just hanging out with your friends and family. Then that music will just kind of come in and you'll be like, damn, that sounds good. And really enhance your life. Then obviously the critical listening area, the active listening area is something it's going to be an event. You're going to watch a movie, you're going to end your day with a bourbon or a tea or whatever, youth man, read the Bible and listen or something.
Yeah.
Where you, I mean, no, seriously,
I'm down with that, bro.
it ends your day.
Well, yeah, he doesn't.
Bible-
agree.
your
Bible
day.
reading. I love it.
No, it's
I'm down with
great.
that.
I'm not knocking. I'm not being maybe a little funny, but it's all right. It's what I'm here for, right? I bring
Right,
nothing
man,
to
bring
the
it.
table but humor.
Yeah.
Done.
Youth man's like, yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm good with man. Actually, I got my Bible right back here.
What is
R.
the R.
Kelly?
Kelly sales?
Anyway.
Is that pissing sales away? I don't understand what that
I
means.
don't know.
I don't know.
R.
I don't know
Kelly.
if that
wanna
doo-doo
know.
butter.
Using R. Kelly.
Yeah.
You see
Yeah,
my
she
question
said she
about
was
per
18.
listen. There's a per listen.
Oh,
that's
per
Aaron
listen.
asking.
Have you guys heard per listen?
Oh, wait.
I
wait,
have
wait,
Master
wait.
Promo.
Yeah.
I was hoping to hear it.
I'm
at
supposed to do a
CEA.
home theater tour of one when it gets
Aaron,
built.
Yeah. Listen, once you hear per listen, you're gonna throw rocks. at
Wait,
everything.
Don. I offered Joe to review my per listen. He says, "Nah, I'm too busy."
Joe's
This is true.
I mean, this guy. Dude,
I'm
he's
not
a
too big-
diva. You're a diva, Joe. Like
Do
you
you
got
have
like
I'm gonna try to ship you
make
something
your
else.
makeup?
Aaron.
Okay, you can ship me something else. Yeah, that didn't work out because Matt was trying to get me a set of Perlis, and then I told FOMO, I was like, no, I think Matt said he's going to take care of it. And then that's been, what, 4 months now?
Yeah, Matt said, don't worry about it. I got it. I'm like, okay. And so I just told him to ship it directly to me. And that the thing is heavy. I mean,
look where we are.
They're real heavy.
Yeah, real. And this is only
the
the monitors,
sub
right?
like 200 pounds or something.
Well, to be fair, when you asked me, I was at Target, right? I was at Target. He's like, you want to review this? But not only did you hit me with Pro Listen, you hit me with all kinds of other stuff.
Like Walmart, but it's a little nicer, just so you know.
Yeah, it's just like a
Target. We call it Target here in Orange County.
Target. So, Isaac Mizrahi.
I was like, I don't know. A lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure. He's like, I'm shopping and I've got to make this decision about speakers. No,
he's like, I'll come over and then you can show me how you do the review of the speakers. I'm like, FOMO's always very organized. And I just don't roll like that. He's like, he had it all planned out already, probably. He probably has been planning it out the whole time.
I'm too lazy, right? I'm like, if Joe can review it, I don't have to worry about the review. But damn it, he won't review it. So I'm like...
But I just heard Joe say that he's not organized. Like, Joe, I've seen your notes when you get ready to do these videos. Because I tell you, I'm like, dude, I'm nowhere near that organized. I just turn on the camera and I hope I don't forget anything.
Well, ask FOMO how long he prepares for some of the live streams.
Hey, FOMO, how long do you prepare for some of the live streams?
Today was the longest one because it was a real review. So it had to be organized because I want to come in and split it up and edit it later. And that was inspired by Chana. He's like, damn it, I'm lazy. Live streams only. I'm like, genius, right?
Yeah.
And then it allows the audience to interact and ask questions about the TV. So you know what? It's really hard to put out a lot of content because you're so busy.
No, it is. Yeah. No, I 100% agree.
Editing is the worst because
it is.
Yeah,
I can just flip on the camera, go live, and just talk, and then walk away, and I'm done. 30 minutes, I'm out.
Yeah, you just have to have everything like organized beforehand. I used to do that a lot. I need to get back into that. That's good.
I've been telling myself I need to do that. Speakers. He's like, I'm busy. It takes a long time.
Joe, yeah, he was trying to give you the work.
Don started talking about getting his customers alone in a room and playing music or playing them.
Yeah, he just gets them all drunk.
Of details.
Get him like
he just gets them all drunk.
Jello pudding pop. Come on, give him a Bill Cosby.
Wait, like, Don,
I'm here.
What closes the sale? Is it the wine, or is it the highs, or the bass? I mean,
or is it all about that bass?
Is it the hype?
You don't know. You don't know the hype. It's not. It's definitely not the hype or the Chad. What closes the job, man, is explaining what somebody's going to hear before they hear it, and they listen to the same song. I mean, I control the music. I don't go, what do you like? Then they pick some horribly recorded song from the 70s, right?
What?
Never do that. But
that's
I always
exactly what happened to Chana. He got mad at him.
No, don't do that to me. I'm gonna be like, look, I need you to play Jeezy right now, and then I need you to play Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I need you to play Jefferson Starship. Those 3 in a row. And then I'll know.
One pill makes you smaller.
So Spare Change just sent me an email, called me an internet or YouTube or.
Wow.
Thanks, Shane.
Hey man, you gotta make your money somehow.
Wait.
Here for the game,
Don is trying to pop off with the channel. He's gotta move around a little bit.
An empire. Come on, that's how empires start.
Real talk with Uncle.
Hey, just so you know, though, Empire is not. I don't know because I've been here for a while, and my channel is actually losing subscribers now. So,
tonight, good to me.
no, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god!
I was talking about with these guys. I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
No, I'm almost the only one to laugh. The rest of them were all like, "Yeah, we're kicking him out tomorrow. No longer a part of the daily HiFi."
So Matt actually has a good. Kind of going back to what y'all were saying, every YouTuber I've heard live sounds 1,000 times more natural and then they're scripted. And it's true. Because I mean, I know I kind of have a sound. I even had people, they're like, dude, you sound like a preacher in your videos. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? But I guess the way my inflection is when it kind of comes across as that way. But in the
you get high before you do your videos?
Never.
Because you're like, let's youth man here.
All right,
no,
my golly.
He'd be like, "Hey guys, it's youth man.
Hey man,
let's speak on what review."
That's literally like my natural. That's my natural. Like I don't know, man. I smile a lot. I love to have fun. I like to bring the energy. I was a youth pastor for 23 years, so I had to be exciting and be energetic in front
Engaging,
of teenagers, or they'll be like, they're checked out, bro.
Dude.
So you guys mind sharing, like,
infectious.
if you script your stuff, like who here scripts, like, plans what you're gonna say and all that, or who goes off the cuff?
I have to go off the cuff.
Script
Off
is
the cuff.
hard, or the script is necessary when I like have a lot of details. I've tried to memorize it and say it, and I screw it all up, so it's easier for me to read
Michael,
those
you
things.
know
You
what
read
I
it off
do?
like a teleprompter or what?
Yeah, if I
Michael.
have to on that stuff, yeah.
What I do is I do a B-roll and I do a voiceover.
Right. And I've learned to do that too.
Yeah,
That helps.
that's the
But
only way.
I guess that's what I mean. That's a script though. You're reading. That's way easier because I used to try to go, okay, and I'd get half the daggum specs wrong. And I'm like, this sucks. This ain't working. Because I can't remember that much information at one time.
I'm the same way, man. But like I will say this, it's easier for me. For example, like at my job, if somebody says I need you to present something, they give me a week, it's going to go way worse than if my boss comes up to me and says, you got 3 minutes to throw a presentation together and give it.
Wow.
You know, like I'm much better off the cuff because then like the more I think about it, the more I stress myself out and psych myself out.
Gotcha.
So
I used to like actually try to like type every single word out and use a teleprompter, and that was so aggravating because the thing would either go too slow or to go too fast, and I couldn't get that like in between spot. I was like, oh fuck this. And
So me, I try to find the level between slurring my speech drunk and just buzzed. Like that's the
That's where he likes to be.
just go into it.
phenomenal. But you know,
Wow.
either way,
Natural
Hey,
habitat
Don,
right there, John.
To add to the previous question a while back is like when you go to sell somebody on a a system, right, or to do the install, do you go into like the technical stuff right away, like, or do you kind of stay away from that?
I don't. I mean, well, is it emotional?
that'd be
Well, I
lame.
mean,
You'd be
well,
like,
what I
this-
mean by
you
that
gotta
is
hear
like,
this.
Always emotional with me.
Are you
No, it
trying,
is.
sounded like
are you
two
trying to get
hertz.
to the feeling part of it more than, hey, these things will hit at 5 hertz, which they don't.
No,
give
no,
away.
not at all. Let me, because nobody cares, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Nobody cares. Only audio nerds care, right? Us.
Right.
Now,
right.
I have this vast amount of knowledge, and I read up and I stay up on everything. But I just straight talk people, and I talk about their lifestyle. Who lives there? How do you live your life? Like, do you entertain? You know, do you listen to music at all? Or listen in the car? I go to the gym. I try to be I don't sell anything. I'm a technology advocate. I'm a system designer. So I hate the word salesman because people don't want the people that I deal with are hard to sell because these are captains of industry, lawyers, doctors. I mean, these are high roller people, high intensity people. So I'm just raw with them. I'm just the same guy that I'm talking to you here, but I truly have their best interests at heart. And that's my secret sauce is I put a system together that's to meet their budget and it's scalable. So nobody puts baby in a corner. Like they're not stuck with that. And they like that. And they always wind up upgrading. They add lighting control. I mean, there's a lot of great, really cool technical stuff that's peripheral to what we do. That's actually really cool. I mean, the ability to stream your music throughout your house, to lock doors, have your lighting work with your security, with your HVAC, and all under one control system. We used to have a table full of remotes. Now we got a phone full of apps. So who wants to have to open your phone every time when you can go to one app? I know it's a first world problem, but you go to one app and it controls everything.
I hate the whole phone app thing. Like,
Yeah,
I already
me
have
too.
a bajillion things I need to look at on my phone.
Right.
Like, I would rather put the phone down and enjoy something. So a single remote control will work, or a tablet that's just specific for that. That'll work.
Purpose.
They don't want to educate themselves on how to operate a fully integrated system. They just want to hit a button because they're busy. I mean,
Or talk to it.
Watch a
right?
movie and everything happens.
You
Well, it's
guys
like
know
you're
about
selling a
Josh
lifestyle.
AI? You heard of Josh AI?
Yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah, that Josh AI is legit, dude. That's the next. I mean,
Is he
when
like
you
your
can
digital
talk-
butler or something?
It's kind of like Josh. It's kind of like Alexa on steroids. You know what I mean? You
So
can-
he's
you
like,
can-
what do you want?
that's what mine would be. Get it yourself.
Oh man,
What do
you know
you
who's
want?
Hold on.
Make up your mind.
It's okay.
I like prompt you. Hey, Josh, can you put on that movie?
Sorry, my girlfriend had to
Spit
make
it
me a
out,
drink.
jackass.
You know who?
Why don't
See,
you
you
just
guys are
tell
the biggest instigators over here. The
Who?
audience. The
What, what
audience
is
is the
it?
biggest
Oh yeah, they
instigator.
just like he
They're
finds
the
what-
biggest instigators.
Hey,
But
Don,
Yeah.
Joe sent me these. These are
There it
binaural
is.
mics. They're the best things. Like if you record these, what you can do is you don't even need a. Like the
Home
cool thing
theater
is like
anymore.
we're
You don't
talking
even
about
need
like,
ears.
how we're going to review. you don't have to review, like you don't have to talk, you don't have to script anything. You can just record what you hear, and then you can just let people play it back on YouTube, and they'll know exactly what it's supposed to sound like in their room.
And
it's really impressive.
I have it. I like it as well.
You can even be deaf and you'll still understand like what these things sound like.
Oh man, you know what's
Well,
funny?
oral
Because
3D at the same time.
On that subject, I'm just gonna have to call bullshit, dude.
so here's the thing, we come from kind of a sales background. Michael and a lot of us have some of that background. Now,
hold on. I sold jeans at American Eagle, so it's a little bit different.
A little different.
I sold sunglasses at Sunglass Hut. It's a little bit different.
Yeah. I saw mini disc players,
Perfect. Anyway, sorry.
We get
everybody making
a preacher and an instigator.
Making it sound like I'm that Elizabeth Holmes one.
Elizabeth Holmes.
Like I'm just trying to deceive people. Yeah.
No, I don't. I think you're just deceived yourself, man. You truly believe.
I just think you've been in this business for like 7 weeks. You're just trying to get a nut, dude.
Fired, man. Shots fired.
You're just trying to be controversial, man.
I'm just kidding. I love just messing with Joe because he talks crap about me rocking Dolby Pro Logic.
Well, you know what's funny is like you just won't even do it. I feel like you're like
numerals.
You're already like, no, I'm not gonna do it. You decided like every time I ask like, hey, could you do a demo of the car? I hear it like in the back like, I'm not gonna do it.
The funniest things in life.
In my head, I know you're like, yeah, I'll say yes right now, but I'm not really gonna do it.
I'll do it one of these days. I promise. I mean, it'll be a year, but I've told you that I've tried this before. I bought that Zoom F6 recorder, and I've set it up in my home theater. I've set it up in my car. I've got a recording on DIY audio out there somewhere.
What does the Zoom? What does the Zoom have to do with that?
I told you this. It's a
binaural mic. Demo. He was trying to record a demo on the Zoom.
No, the Zoom F. It's the Zoom F6, right? I'm trying to remember now. Y'all know what I'm talking about? It's an Ambisonic actual. No, it's not an F6.
Oh, Ambisonic.
Oh, you got some weird.
Gosh, it's one of those crazy things. Oh, this is gonna bother me now. F2, maybe. I think it was F.
It's like an XY pattern thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, yeah, it's one of those things. I can't find it right now, but yeah, it's one of those. But you can have it do A, B, X, Y,
or you can also do it like this, or you can
you can change the pattern. Yeah.
The only problem there's no head in between it.
I know, man.
There's got to be a head.
That's why I gave up.
Put that dome with the mic.
But we can't use your head or my head because they're different. Listen.
Because they're different.
Listen.
The hair. We start getting into, you got hair.
Why are you making fun of me being bald, man?
This, and then they got
me being bald.
You got thick
you always
eyebrows.
Go straight to the belt with the hair. Like, I got beautiful, lustrous hair, and you got none. See, why you got to do that, man? All the dang time.
Hey, I'll be right back. I got to refill my Frosty.
Have your girl bring it, dude.
She's watching the football game. Oh, so when I went to get up my first drink, and she was like, I paused this for you because this looked like a video game because we got the new 83-inch OLED in the living room, and it literally did. Like I'm standing there and the guy's helmet's like at the same size as mine. It was just, they're doing the little football walk up, high five, everybody kind of thing. It was cool.
Hey, how would you like those new focals for your Atmos, man?
Oh my God.
Oh, there he goes.
Here we go. Man. You might as well just ask Joe about my normal mics.
And by the way, if you need focals, I guess now you got Dawn. You can go to Dawn. You can go to Chana.
I mean, the best part, Dawn, is that I can change the angle because the SVS prime elevations, obviously you couldn't.
Hey, Joe liked that. He likes the angle. Yeah, he likes to switch it up.
30 degrees.
Yeah. There it was. But I like it because I have beams that go across the ceiling, and so I need some at a different angle than the others. Like the higher ones have to be at a steeper angle and stuff like that. So I was able to dial it in, and I did a binaural recording, and Joe compared it to his Oro 3D setup, playing the same demo, and he's like, "Man, yours sounded better than mine."
Yeah, I had to go and recalibrate for like 2 hours.
Because you don't have no Chinese knockoff speakers in your room.
What you call? Oh, Don is not a believer in the calibration. He's like he doesn't.
Oh yeah, I'm not a believer in calibration.
He's saying you need to have some focal. That's what you're saying. You need some French speakers instead of the Chinese speakers.
Some focal.
Focal.
It's like do you sell Denon or Denon? People would go, "You have any Denon?" I'm like, "That's the French version. We don't carry that."
We don't carry.
Yeah. Denon.
There's Merits and there's Marantz.
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 You guys are all right, man.
I'll be right back.
You guys are all right.
Yeah.
Hurry up,
And
dude.
FYI, I'm the one who brought up who's bringing these up. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah, it's all in good fun. Yeah.
It's
To be clear, I'm only picking on Joe because this is, if we weren't friends, we wouldn't be doing this.
Well, Joe's a little sensitive. I've come to learn. And
Hey, I get sensitive too, so it's all right.
You
We
do?
all have our
You
triggers.
really?
We all have our triggers.
I'm
Yeah.
not sensitive at all.
When somebody calls me a liar, I'm ready to throw bows.
I mean, I'm just a hillbilly, dude. So it's hard to insult me because
I'm from Alabama.
Are you?
Born in Kentucky, live in
What
Alabama.
part?
So
What part of Kentucky?
which part of Kentucky? Owensboro.
Owensboro?
Yeah.
I'm from Louisville. I know.
Oh, I lived in Louisville for a little
you know
bit.
What,
I did.
You know what Burgoo is then?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the good
Nobody
stuff,
else
man.
knows. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
that's the good stuff.
All right, another hillbilly then.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
funny. You see? Are you seeing these comments? Hilarious.
No, man, we're going too. We're going back and
Don
forth
is that
too
guy
fast.
who shows up to the party within 10 minutes. The cops are showing up, and he's high-fiving the cops on the way to the police station.
That's
Kinda,
right.
man.
See that?
That's right.
That's not really far off from the truth.
He's,
dude, to be
he's
honest with
buying them drinks,
Hi, dude.
So,
I got some stories.
I bet
You
you
haven't-
do.
I bet.
You know
All
what's
right,
cool, man? Listen, you guys all need to hear this. What you need to talk about, man, and this is from where my experience comes in. You can sell or recommend the same speaker, and it will sound completely different. And if you take the same speaker system and put it in 5 rooms, you'll get 5 different sounds, man. And that's just the truth. I've experienced that. Like I put these, Revels in years ago. I'm like, oh my God, these are the best speakers I've ever heard. And I put them, we sold them again a couple months later and put them in another room, and they were
Like, wow,
terrible.
what happened? Yeah.
He's got to start
It's
selling
just
that
a room.
direct.
I
then.
mean, listen, we did calibration with an RTA and a sound meter and a laser measure in little band EQs back in the day. Now it's a renaissance of, with the softwares and whatnot. So, I mean, there was no, not much on acoustical treatments wouldn't be done. There was people doing it, but they were just over dampening rooms. Literally, they were just filling the room with absorbent material and ruining any kind of spaciousness in the sound. I mean, that's just something that needs to be talked about. It's not talked about enough is getting the speaker to sound right in your particular room. Just because it's reviewed by somebody and it's amazing, you might get it and have totally different results. And that's just legit advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of truth to that. Well, and that's why I rely heavily on measurements because even if I think it's great, somebody else may not like it, but hopefully through enough measurements and data points, they can kind of get an idea of, I've used this speaker, I've seen this measurement. It kind of points me in the right direction of what to get rather than I'm not having to buy 20 different things. I can buy maybe 4 or 5 and try those 4 or 5 out and get there quicker. That's kind of the idea.
So those dollies that I demoed the other day, I mean, they're $8,000 a pair, so they're expensive, but they're 6.5 inch with a 1 inch tweeter. Cheers, brother. And they when I moved them closer to the wall, the bass just exponentially increased, believe it or not. Then when I moved it, it was noticeable. And that needs to be articulated to people, less, the speaker's effervescent sound. When I played Smelly Cat Symphony 5, nobody listens to that.
Smelly Cat
Right?
Symphony 5.
Nobody listens to that. I was like, dude, I was playing some 311 after the concert and I moved them back. The bass was one. Speak real to them. I mean,
all right. So let's speak real then, real quick then. Would you say that most of that has to do with changes in bass? Because I think that's a known thing. Depending on the room, the bass changes a lot. So if it could be in a null and you have no bass, and you're like, what the heck's wrong with these speakers? They don't have any bass, or too close to the corner or something like that. They're like, these are too bassy. Right?
Too close to the corner. That's the people will buy these speakers, and you see it all the time online too. They'll just stick them right in the corner. Like I'm like, dude.
Close.
I mean,
as close
literally,
as
it's like the walls here and the speakers here, and it's bound. I mean, I'm like, come on.
The only thing stopping is the cables are getting in the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I would push them closer, but the cables.
Well, that's the thing too. A lot of times people will buy a speaker and they'll just put it in a room somewhere where they think it should go, without trying. Move it around just a couple feet. I mean, you spent $5,000 on a speaker. Yeah, you spent $5,000 on a set of speakers. Spend 5 or 10 minutes moving them around, just kind of sanity check. And you can use an app on your cell phone, just a sound meter app. Hey,
$200 and hire somebody who knows what they're doing to show you.
You could do that
and get it done. You know what I mean? There's no shame in that. If you're going to invest in a roughly the size of a compact car on audio, you should pay somebody, a mechanic, to tune it. And there's this the industry has not built value into installation and calibration professional. They just haven't built the value into it because there's so much misinformation online. There's a lot of good information, but it won't hurt to do that. And that's where the problem is.
It's not intuitive that you're supposed to place speaker and the listening position in a certain way, right? If you have a square cube room, definitely if you sit dead center, you're going to have peaks and valleys and modes. But it wasn't until I listened to Anthony Grimaldi and all these guys and you guys, I go, oh my God, this is like you
rocket surgery,
right? It's like how would
Grimaldi will sprain your brain, dude?
Right. This is why Bose sells 100. They're like, put it anywhere. I mean, that's what Bose is like, put it anywhere. It doesn't matter. That's what I want, even though it's wrong, right? But Bose makes it sound like it's easy. Whatever.
Bose and what is it? Sonos, right? Everybody loves Sonos.
Put it everywhere. Put it anywhere. Doesn't matter.
How many Sonos home theaters have you done?
Done.
What have you
done? I said done.
How many theaters have I done?
Oh, Sonos.
Yeah, with Sonos.
Sonos. All the time. It's my favorite. Really? Sometimes I do dual Sonos wireless subs. I'm just saying I'm a pimp. So
yeah.
I try not. Listen, it's a great solution. No company has a more loyal following than Sonos. People, dude, I'm doing multiple multi-million-dollar homes right now with a bunch of Sonos because they want their friends to be able to share their app. Their app is second to none. If you've never played with it, it's the bomb.
Is that it?
Actually, they don't.
Someone can come to my house and then just log in real quick and play whatever.
And I know I'm going to get crap, but Sonos sounds pretty good if you're not an audiophile.
If you're not an audiophile, and that's
you're like,
everybody
is. Amazing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've measured their Sonos Arc and their Sonos Beam, and even the IKEA ones, and I thought they were gonna be just like straight garbage. I'm like, whoa, these are measuring like pretty flat.
Yeah,
they're using DSP. I'm like, man, that's kind of crazy.
They're not bad. Most people just don't care. They just want a decent sound. The Sonos looks cool. It's easy. They can do it themselves. The wireless sub sounds pretty good for most people. Now we're in a different category because this.
If they're watching our show, they're not heading that.
Yeah, nobody watching our show.
Most people just want some bass and Bluetooth that they can listen to anywhere. Like that's their qualification.
Yeah.
However, it is our mission and our responsibility.
Change the world, baby.
It is our sacred responsibility.
Change the world.
To change the world on sound. Because early in my career, there was a bunch of hi-fi shops and people would come in and they'd listen and it was just cool, man. You know what I mean? It was just a great industry. And then, MP3s came along and folding the sound and whatnot, and that went away. But now we don't have the excuse anymore. Now we can pay $20 a month and have every song known to man in our car and at the gym and our home system, and it sounds damn good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what's crazy, Don?
Going to sound device.
I can actually stream tracks into my DJ system and manipulate them from Tidal. So
That's
whenever
like in real
it's
time.
insane. Yeah, somebody wants to request a song that I don't have. I'm like, oh, hold on. Oh, it's on Tidal. Boop. And it'll download, so it'll like do. Well, once it's downloaded, I could change the key, I could change the BPM, everything. It's fantastic. I can put in cue points, I can do whatever I want with it. Yeah, it's amazing. It's just tough because where I live, like the internet's spotty. So I don't want to do it a whole lot. Yeah. Like sometimes I'll actually, if I have like the venue won't have any Wi-Fi. So if I have a little signal on my phone, boom, just pipe it right into the sound system from my phone. But
yeah, so I mean, there's all kinds of ways to play your music now. There's a lot. I like the powered systems that are coming out. What's the Clips, the fives? I mean, that's cool. You can hook a, you can hook a LP player to it, and it sounds really good. It's dynamic. Yeah. That's the future, man. I believe, power speakers with DSPs and again, more capability on. So I've got, you can't see them, but I got these killer RBH. They're a prototype. I can't talk much about them, but they're monitors. These things are 400 watts a piece. They're amazing. And you could use these in I've got some edifers that I reviewed that, have Bluetooth built into them. So there's some really legit ways to get your sound now. We get too caught up in the snobbery.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't, but I know you do. So
is it edifer or edifier?
Edifer sounds like a fern or something.
Edifer?
I don't know. I'm from Kentucky. Edifier.
Edifier.
Whatever.
I think.
All right, whatever. All right, grammar Nazi.
Whatever,
iLoud. Was it the MCM
Edifier.
iLoud with
The iLoud.
DSP?
Yeah, the iLoud.
Oh, the iLouds.
The iLouds are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
The edifiers are
I
really
mean,
good.
for what they are, they're actually
underpowered
pretty
They
good.
are.
Who put that
Underpowered,
up?
so.
I did.
Look at that guy.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I've been hearing the new sofa baton is a lot better than the one that they sent me like a
It's
year ago.
okay. I'm
What the
not.
heck
I
is
thought you
Sofa
liked that a lot,
baton?
Shauna. Didn't you like it a
That,
lot?
that was absolute garbage.
said
The
it was-
whole
he said it
activities-
was-
The whole activity situation was just
I
bad.
just laugh every time you
It's-
say how
it's
garbage
okay.
it was.
I'm not impressed yet.
They're not gonna be at the AV Summit, bro. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, I don't think.
If they hear this,
I mean, they have a long ways to go to get to like the Logitech Harmony level, let alone
I
something
agree.
like a Savant or a Control 4.
Get to the
Universal.
lofty goals, the large Logitech Harmony.
I know, no, but
Oh,
It's like a
seriously,
turd that floats or sinks. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, dude. Really?
no, but
Seriously?
it's true. It was so bad, dog.
So-
it was so
So
bad.
my goal is to get as much free shit as spare change. does.
possible.
That's my
Oh,
goal.
right, yeah.
It looks like Circuit City in his house, dude.
Yeah.
In
Oh,
the
hold on.
back.
Y'all
believe
get
it.
free
I
stuff
believe
doing this? What do you got to
You're
do?
doing it wrong, Aaron. You're doing it
Who
wrong.
is Sofa Baton? Is it a futon?
No.
Sofa
Futon?
baton.
It's a remote.
Something you
I've
play
got
with.
I've got it in the theater room.
Well, that
Sounds like a
sounds
cookie.
dumb. What are
Hey,
you
when
saying
you
over there,
I'll be
Chana?
right back.
when are you gonna come out with your subwoofer comparison? Is that coming out soon?
Me?
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm done with it. Yeah, well,
Oh, you're
no,
done.
I'm done. Let me back up. I'm done with getting all the data and all the listening and all that stuff, but it'll be a little bit because I've got to take time to put it together. That's
Are
the
you
one
gonna do
that's
like
gonna
B-roll
suck.
on this one? Are you gonna go crazy on it?
I don't even know what B-roll is, dude. I Googled it one
How
time
many
because you guys were
subs you
talking about it.
comparing?
Oh, it's like budget subs. It's $200 to $300 subwoofers, like Bic F12, the OSD Travoce 12, Infinity R12, which actually turned out to be really good. $170.
Don't
I
give
can't
it all
remember.
away.
Some Klipsch, some other
This
stuff.
is like six subwoofers, right? Like six.
Yeah,
budget
6 subwoofers. Yeah. Dayton sub 1200. So yeah.
Oh, what is that,
Oh,
Michael?
that
Mike,
youth
Mike
man?
got the sofa baton.
Oh,
What is that, youth man?
Is it-
thought it was chairs. For real.
Yeah,
I thought it
that's
was
a
like
pretty
a
remote.
furniture company.
It's
Is it good?
decent, but
Oh,
That's a pretty
it's
remote.
okay. It's okay.
But it's no Logitech.
Yeah, it feels.
What is?
I mean,
For better or worse.
well, I mean, it's $100 remote though. I mean, it's not touchscreen, so you
That's
just
expensive
basically,
remote.
Oh, okay.
yeah, you just basically have a couple of things. So there's activities. Then you gotta push this here, but you got to push it hard to get.
That's
back
what she
to
said.
it.
Push it real good.
But there's really only 3 things. I mean, you got activities, devices,
Yep.
and then like
But why do you need that when you have a
But, I
that's a
mean,
serious
that's
question? Why
what
do you
the
need that when
Logitech
you have a
does.
cell phone now? Okay, so China doesn't like cell phone apps.
I don't want.
get it.
I don't want to go through.
You don't
apps.
want to deal with that either.
I want to be able to do this in my theater room.
Look, having a one system to control everything. when
I
it's
want to be able
properly
to go
done
to
is killer, dude.
activities, and I want to be
All
able to say watch 4K, and it turns on everything in my room, dims my lights, boom.
All
And
computer
then-
programmed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then you hit power off, and it shuts down everything.
It works pretty well though.
No,
That
I mean it's
no?
okay.
He's like,
I said,
no.
it's okay.
He said no. Your first answer is usually the most honest answer they say.
No.
So
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not, but again, this is $100 remote versus a $350 remote. So I don't expect it to be like a Harmony Elite. There's a big difference in price there.
Is it just like unreliable? Like you hit it and then some things turn on and some things don't? Is that what the
No,
issue is? Or
I think part of it's just the programming setting up. They don't have
Not
a
smooth?
big, they don't have a big of database as Logitech does.
Yeah.
Any you guys old enough to remember the Philips Pronto?
Yep.
Yeah, I actually had
Absolutely.
the Marantz version of that, the RC2000.
It was like rocket surgery programming
Yeah.
that thing. You had to
Oh
program
my
all the macros.
But
Yeah.
you know what?
Same thing with the
part
universal
about it
remote
was,
control.
You were
Yeah.
able to add in the seconds of delay
Yeah,
with that one. That was fantastic.
you had
because-
to. Yeah, you had
So,
to.
so in my
That's the only way
Laserdisc-
it'd work.
right,
well, I had a
so-
Logitech that would do that.
Yeah, no, but this is back in
Okay.
like 96, 95.
Oh
or
well,
something
yeah,
like that.
no. Okay.
Yeah. So when I was in college, right, I brought all my shit to college, my whole home theater, and in our apartment, I had the Laserdisc player and the DVD player. So in the Laserdisc player, I would set in Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon. In the DVD player, I put The Wizard of Oz, and I had one macro on my Marantz remote. Just press it, and it would play, and then it would play the movie, and then at the third lion's roar, I timed it, counted out every second, and it would hit play on the Dark Side of the Moon.
As long as you held
Right
it
on time.
steady, though, you had to keep.
Yes,
it,
you did.
couldn't
I had it
couldn't
on the coffee table.
deviate from the signal.
You had it like taped down so it couldn't budge at all, and you just push.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, I've had numerous experiences with every remote on the market, dude. It's always been fun over there. We used to do one called the Lexicon 700T. Somebody said I look like, or it was a Macho Man. We did a 700T for Macho Man years ago because all the wrestlers live here in Tampa. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's a great remote. I love it. It's huge. It can get in my hand." Swear to God, he was that dude.
Really?
And,
he started off with, "Oh yeah,
oh yeah,
oh yeah, this is a nice remote."
He didn't go, "Oh yeah." He went, "Oh yeah." And Hulk lives here, and he's like, "Hey brother, what are you doing, brother?" I mean, that's legit. But
I bet you got some cool customers.
Niles and Telecontrol, and God, some of the classics. Remember the Marantz big one with all the orange lights on it?
That's the one.
It was on home theater, Remote of the Gods. Jeez, try programming that thing, dude. Literally, you can program an entire control system now, and the time it took to program one of those remotes.
Oh yeah. Well, see, so Aaron, you were saying, so the convenience of it is, like, I had everything running through the receiver, and then when I got the new Revon player, something was up with my Denon receiver. So when I fed in a Dolby Vision disc, it was fucking up. So then I plugged the Revon and the Oppo directly into the TV, and then I just went and did a couple of things, changed 2 activities on the remote. So then now it turns on the Denon to TV audio, so it's using the eARC going to the TV switches to the right input, turns on the Revon, or turns on the Oppo. So it's just
that makes sense. Yeah. Well, that reminded me of when I used to have mine, because I remember having to set it up and set the time delay, and you push one button like you have an action, and they go and do all these things for that action. If you wanted to watch TV, it was this thing, and if you wanted to watch a movie or whatever, it was this thing.
Same shit. I use the cheap ass $30 Logitech. I have the expensive one, but my wife doesn't like it, so we use the $30 one.
Hey, Chana, can you tell me about FOMO having drinks or what?
Oh man, so the after party, man, we were fucking lit up in New York for the
demonetized
TV shootout. Like, already before we even left the venue, I already had like 6 Trulies, and then we finally figured out a place to go. I think I had like 4 or 5 beers. I don't even know what FOMO was drinking, but we finally walked down someplace. Brandon was talking about 3 Monkeys, Monkey Garage, whatever it was called, the bar that we were at, and they were just taking shots and shots, and then like I was like, "Yo, FOMO!" I looked at the bar. I'm like, "I want to drink something," and then so I saw like some Japanese whiskey. I'm like, "Yo, FOMO, you're gonna drink some of this whiskey with me?" He's like, "Oh, just give me like half a shot." I'm like, "Dude, this is a sipper, bro. This is a sipper." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah." So we sat there. It took us, I don't know, like 10-12 minutes to drink the whole thing. And he's like, "Oh man, this is great. This is great. I like this. I like this a lot." And then I don't know, 5 minutes later, we took like a shot of tequila. Like, it tasted like water. Like we could not distinguish it at all. What was it?
Numb
like
tongue. Yeah. Wait till we all hook up and drink. I got something for all you guys when we hook up.
I'll be the DI.
You're the
DD.
Oh, D, yeah.
The DI.
I don't even know what it's called.
Index Digital Intermediate.
He's the directivity index.
That's how bad. I don't even. That's bad because I don't even know what a designated driver abbreviation is.
It's the same letter twice.
No,
D squared, man.
You're like a
D
squared.
So
maybe you don't need to be the DI.
I'm just thinking that shows you how much I drink.
dance
Hang
instructor.
around.
The dance instructor.
Yeah, there you go.
Just everybody needs to give him bail money before we start.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Hey,
All right.
Angela knows.
All right, I'm a bail. I gotta get out of here. My dog's
All
going
right,
crazy.
hey.
So it was good chatting with all of you guys.
Later, dude.
Yeah, it's
Pleasure.
always a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah.
Dude, I think I'm not gonna be in here very long because I'm sweating over. I got these lights on.
You're sweating.
Can we skip the day?
Yeah, dude, it's getting hot. I'll pop in just to say what's up. Just to say what's up, but you guys can hang out and chat.
Yeah,
you can always chat. They don't need us in there.
Yeah. I want to check out FOMO's channel.
Do it.
Let's
Yeah,
go
well,
FOMO, are you Japanese?
I am not. Although I
No?
can say a few Japanese words, like
Everybody kept asking you about Japanese shit. I didn't know.
I don't know, right? But
Well, do you get red? Do you get red when you drink?
I do.
Do you get-
That's why I could only drink certain drinks. Like if I drink tequila or sake, it's not so bad. The whiskey has whatever it is,
right.
made me a little bit red. So yeah.
Later,
See,
buddy.
Aaron.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, I
and
can't.
I got to
drink
tell you a
beer.
story about when I hung out with Sony and a bunch of Japanese engineers a few
Oh,
years
awesome.
ago.
Let's hear it.
It was the best story ever, dude. those dudes were like 100 pounds each, and they drank me under the table. Let me tell you something. These Japanese guys know how to party. So I had them take their ties and tie them around their head, and we were in Beverly Hills, right? And I'm like, bonsai, and they're like, bonsai. Needless to say, I'll never ever be invited to another Sony event again. As long as I live. It may or may not have ended the night with me in front of the Whiskey a Go-Go going, I'm Lizard King, I can do anything. Like, shut up.
I think the Koreans are like that too. They work hard, play hard, and that play hard, a lot of drinking, lots of drinking in Korea, just like that.
Yeah, those dudes were super.
Yeah, too much. Not me. I do it socially, you guys and stuff, but I couldn't do it every day. Not like that.
Yeah. No, not every day.
Well,
yeah, too much Nesquik, man. That gives me the runs.
Too much.
It does. I'm telling you, man. It runs
My
right
kind of
through me.
jokes. Like I had some more in hot cocoa, but it was a little strong, so I had to back off it like Snoop Dogg. So no.
Gotta have
man, it'll be good when we can all just hang out in person.
Yeah.
It'll be a good day. You know what I mean? It's just like, a lot of the shows are it's still not there. We were talking about Cedia last time. It's just not popping off. So
not happening.
Yeah.
Dude,
until that time.
Epic. Now, I mean, you guys actually been to Cedia.
This would have been my first year. I had booked my hotel, everything.
Hopefully next year, man. Cedia is always epic, dude. Like,
is it always in the same place? Always Indiana?
No, they move it around. It's
hopefully they move back over here to like in
New Orleans,
California.
No,
Indianapolis.
dude, move it back over to Florida.
No,
Denver.
Get all the fun stuff over
I can
there.
just drive right down.
Yeah, y'all get all the fun stuff.
You
man.
cannot get arrested in Denver. I proved that at Cedia.
Wow.
I'm saying.
And that's all he's gonna say.
Hang out with Shauna, see what happens.
Oh, I have to say,
we
Chana
have together sometime, man.
Chana
More
is
than
the
just drinks
best
over here.
dancer I've ever seen.
Oh,
dude,
this guy,
club dancer, man. I'm like, dude.
Oh, we're gonna battle. Don says
I would.
Don
never
says he's gonna battle us.
Oh, you want to dance? You like to dance?
Oh, he's so.
I'll throw down.
Chana
He
does.
is so good.
You ever seen a 250-pound Irishman hillbilly do a windmill?
No,
Yeah, check that shit out. Right?
I mean, that's
I got
just going
flavor.
on an Instagram live.
You better move the coffee table out of the way because
You better.
something's about to
And
get
the couch.
Something's gonna go down.
And the couch. I don't care.
Oh my gosh,
I was at Busch Gardens the other night dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he said we're gonna have a battle.
Dance off.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Michael knows.
Are they breakdance fighting?
What's that?
In the how we do at AV Summit or the previous HiFi summits.
We have a blast, man.
Oh yeah, dance.
So what's the dude from the dude from the Fresh Prince, and he had the
Oh, that's
Carlton.
Carlton.
yeah.
Carlton.
I can
I
see you
said
man just
Carlton,
busting that out, dude. Come on,
He
now.
does that thing, right?
Yeah, Carlton.
Yeah.
Carlton, yeah,
The Carlton.
Carlton.
I was telling them, like, even in worship, man, it's just low hands.
No,
I don't get it. I can't get
You want a
I can't
man with
can't-
no
Not over the
hands.
head. They just
I-
You
yeah, I
want a
can't-
youth man with an easy touch.
I can't get it to
Stay off rhythm. Stay off rhythm. Don't want to get too excited.
That's right, man. Just keep it nice and simple, little movements. I'm good.
I love it.
Look, man.
Oh,
Here's the
yeah.
deal. We all got to get along. We all got to perpetuate the myth, man. Get out there and sell some audio and
Yeah.
change minds, man. Win
keep it
hearts and
fun.
minds.
Got to keep it fun. That's,
gotta
that's
keep
what
it
I'm
fun.
all about here. Look at what was our agenda. I just said, hey, Don, come on. And
I don't know.
just have a good
Yeah,
time.
we were in the middle of a stream. He's like, Don, hold on, I got to mute this.
Oh, I always screw shit up.
And then
My bad,
all
dude.
of a sudden,
No, it was fun.
I see Don in the backstage area. I'm like, oh, all right. Well,
My bad. My bad.
Let's roll.
So
You-
this is
You
what
gotta
we can
give me
do.
direct.
This
do
is
it.
what we have to offer, right? It's just a good time. And,
Just hang out, man.
and we know a few things too. I think that's when you know what you're talking about, you don't have to show off all the time. Right?
Thanks, man.
You actually really know.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, you can know too much, so
that
Just
happens
saying.
too.
you got to
Well,
make
good.
it fun, entertaining.
You wanna wrap this up, Chana?
Wrap it
I
up.
thought
John.
Don was gonna wrap it up.
Kinda.
Oh, Don, do you
Correct,
want to?
man.
Hey, Don, do you usually
Oh.
like wrap up the show when you're on?
What you want? What do you want me to do?
Give your
Like, how do
close.
you end the
close
show?
us
You want
out,
to end
man.
it? You want to end it?
Well, we always go. All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in on the daily Hi-Fi podcast with Youth Man, Joe and Tell, Techno Dad, motherfucking FOMO, and Don D.
There you
That's
go.
right. Tune in next week, same time, same
Boom.
place, and get this shit going. Later.
There it is.
That's right. And don't
That's
forget
how it
to join up on patreon.com/daily hi-fi to jump into the after show, which is happening right now. For those of you not patron, we'll see you next week. For those of you that are patrons, we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
I'll never be
All right.
invited back.
And we need a
Peace.
super chat to pay off